if I do?
Covino and Rich.
Are you ready? Honestly, how do I deal with you every day?
Get ready.
Turn on the radio.
Get ready.
Whoa! Yeah!
Holy mother nugget! And holy mother meatball!
I'm the smartest man alive! You're so ridiculous. What? You're such a fool. Get out of here.
Oh, I'm a disc jockey.
What's a disc jockey?
Turn it up. Turn the show. Here we go. Covino and Rich.
Let's go!
Hey! Take it easy. Take it easy. Welcome to the show. Hope you had a nice weekend. I hope you had a Devin Haney, Golden State Warriors, Joey Logano, Tampa Bay Lightning sort of weekend. Ooh. I haven't seen this much push, Rich, since the mid-90s, because Kurt and Kyle play second and third in NASCAR, right?
It's a lot of Bush.
A lot of Bush.
A lot of Bush in the 90s.
Hey,
So,
navigate around that. Hope you enjoyed your sports.
I assumed you meant the band.
You're cold maxing and relaxing. Hope you enjoy Covino and Rich. Let's go! So funny you would say Bush out the gate like that.
Gavin Rossdale.
Yeah, you dumbass!
I'll tell you why.
Oh, it's the little things. Get it? Everything's Zen? I don't think so. Welcome to our show. I'll be playing Bush today on Lithium 34 SXM.
Oh, he's still
just
there,
another
huh?
week, yeah. Bringing back the 90s rock.
That's pretty random.
That's me, the fill-in guy. Nice to meet you. Thanks for being part of our Patreon. Covino, Rich, Spotty. It's Pride Month. Let's go. Hope you had a nice weekend.
It's funny you would say the Bush thing because you're a 40-something-year-old guy.
Bush.
When you say Bush, do you think the president, the band, or does your dumb mind's like, oh, Bush, like pubic hair?
Yeah, he said Bush. Yeah, I think automatically
Pubic hair.
pubic hair.
Bush. Not the band that has 20 hits.
She's got Bush.
Not either of the two presidents that ran our country.
Nope.
You think of pubes.
Yep. But the brothers placed second and third in NASCAR. I saw that.
Okay.
But yeah, I think, how does David Spade describe it? Something about like an airbag went off in their panties. Something like that.
Well, I'm just saying,
An airbag go off in your chonies?
It's nice to know that maturity, well, while you are mature in certain aspects, if you're a schoolboy in your mind, you'll stay that way forever, I think.
I don't know. I hope not.
I wonder.
There's a part of me that hopes so. I don't know.
You've
see.
never seen someone make an innuendo, and there's some old guys that are like, and there's other old people that are like, I don't know what you mean. I wonder if you lose your immaturity at one point.
Honestly, I have no idea.
Spot, I sent you a picture on our Covino and Rich text message.
I think it gets to that point. You're right, Rich, because, and it's different for everybody, because I'm not as immature as I once was, but I'm still really immature. So if you go on that sliding scale, it's going to continue lessening
I'm so immature.
as time goes on.
I will always go for the low-hanging fruit.
I mean,
know
you
that.
more than anyone.
I was just so immature that.
But it's what makes me me and what makes me a fun guy.
No, but
And
I
don't
think
mean
it's
I'm not
also
sure.
you reliving your 20s.
No, I rue the day I become a stuffy office guy.
Yeah, but you're also not accountable for anybody else. Like, I don't
This
want to
is true.
embarrass my daughter, right? And so there's a part of me that's like, well, I got to start growing up a little bit. And Kristen just puts up with you.
Like I'm so I would kill in the dad joke department.
No, because your jokes are not dad jokes. Your
No,
jokes are like
but I'm
dirty
saying-
old guy jokes.
No, but I'm saying like eventually it would morph into like puns. I feel like I go for puns. I love like dumb humor
Well, I sent you a picture,
and balls.
and it just makes sense that will there be a day when you see the world not through a pervy lens? Will that day come? Look at the picture I sent you. You tell me what you see.
An old guy reading a book. Why?
I don't see that.
I
see
rue the day.
I see a guy sitting there and a girl going down on him, and the caption is, "This is one of the greatest pleasures in life."
I rue the day.
Reading a book, because it's one of those you could see one of two things.
Of course.
And I wonder, will there be a day where there's one of those photos and I'm like, I don't see titties, I see artwork.
I always see titties.
99.9% of the time I see titties. in everything. You ever look at a toaster and it just looks like a face to you? That happens to me all day.
You ever see a shower hook and it looks like a drunk octopus?
Yeah, drunk octopus wants to fight.
You see that purse that looks like Jabba the Hutt?
You ever see the microwave? They turned it sideways, looked high and happy.
Yeah.
It's like, man, that's all I see all the time. So maybe that's just our dumb brain at work. Or
Have you seen the purse that
I think it
looks like Jabba the Hutt?
changes. You know why, Rich? Because life hits you, then it hits you again, and it hits you again.
Life keeps hitting.
Life keeps hitting. The more it hits, the less punchy you feel. Yeah, it's like you lose that side of you after a while because you're bitter and you're grumpy.
Will there be a day that I didn't see titties because I wasn't even looking?
I have a chance.
I didn't see titties because I ain't looking no more.
What do you see here? A purse or Jabba the Hutt?
Oh my God, that's hilarious. I've never seen that one.
You've never seen the purse that looks like Jabba the Hutt?
I see that all day. Look at the microwave that's high. Like I accidentally turned my microwave on its side to clean it, and now it looks like really high, right? Something
My
like
microwave looks like it had some edibles with me.
that. I always see that. Drunk octopus, I see at least 5 times a day. But
I share my first sip of coffee with you as we look at a
if you're not
microwave
watching,
sideways.
if you don't know what we're talking about,
Look it
sometimes you look at inanimate objects and you see faces there. Just flipped our microwave on its side, and he absolutely loves it.
That motherfucker look high.
I got a high microwave.
Jabba the Hutt. I want to write down at the during our show. I want to write down the things that we should post on our social media afterwards, so you can play along at home. So
yeah, that's the immaturity. I think it goes away, and again, different for everybody, right? I'll give you an example. Ready? Let's say you're a real immature guy, playful, fun. You see Jabba the Hutt in a purse.
I do.
You see the drunk octopus on a coat hanger.
yeah.
You like stupid dad jokes and puns. Then something tragic happens in your life. Tragic, like tragedy.
Yeah.
Like Bee Gees. Tragedy! Right? How are you ever the same? It's impossible. I mean real tragedy. I don't mean like your puppy dies or grandma
You mean
kicks
like-
the bucket. I mean like something terrible.
bad.
Yeah, like bad. Like you're going to be the same jovial person. No, part of you, part of that probably dies a little bit.
I bet.
So life hits you and you change. So if you see somebody who could still laugh at a high microwave, I think that says something about who they are. It's like, all right, they're still holding on to some sort of immaturity that makes them fun.
Yeah. That's the key. To wrap up that thought, I know someone has seen it besides me, so I might need an assist. Pun intended, because it's a basketball reference. Charles Barkley was going on and on about someone guarding someone, but really getting in there. And it was such a sexual innuendo, and Shaq just couldn't contain himself. And I know if you look up Shaq Barkley bloopers, a million things come up, but it was recent. So if someone remembers what it was, like, he was like, yo, he was going hard at him. He was going hard. He was saying something where
Do they have a lot of Emmy awards? Because they should.
Shaq lost it,
Their
dude.
buffoonery is really funny sometimes. And yet they're insightful at the same time, right? They're talking about the game, but throwing shoes at each other. They're falling on stage. They're having fun. They're telling jokes.
And you're based on what you said. The sad part of this is Mike hit us up saying his uncle, joking life of the party, got paralyzed in a car wreck, became bitter and angry. And I'd imagine that. We have a coworker that I respect and adore, one of the best guys we ever worked with, and he lost a very close family member. And I don't know how he continues.
Well, I think
but then,
when you see those jokes slipping in, or when you see them trying or attempting to be that way, it shows that, to me, that they're still trying to at least enjoy themselves.
It's in its note, by the way.
Tragedy!
Rich, you should have been in the Bee Gees.
This
I mean,
could
I
definitely
know
be
you
like a Gibb cousin.
I know you weren't a Gibb, but you definitely could have fit in with the Gibbs.
Oh, yeah. Gibbs cut from the same cloth.
I have the clip.
You have the clip? Okay,
Yeah,
great.
it's hilarious.
Shaquille O'Neal and Barkley, just an example of how it's nice to see as you get older, there are people that will forever be man boys like you and I.
That's not what Draymond's doing. Draymond is bracing.
Yeah, Draymond's
And Joker, instead of going around him, he just banging and banging and banging. When a guy's banging you, you spin off of him. Those are the worst defenders to play against, actually, because if you can feel their body, come on.
18 points for Joker, only Nugget in double figures. 69-59. Golden State shooting 67.
Way out of order right now.
Back at the pool party. You didn't need to. We'll take a break and come back with more on the American.
Guys, thank you. That's funny,
Yeah.
dude. Well, good for them. And they've also had blessed lives. So they're still holding on to that fun side. Some people lose it.
Can you do it one more time, Spot? What does he say when a guy's banging you?
Yeah, when a guy's banging you.
That's what Draymond's doing. Draymond is bracing.
Yeah,
And Joker, instead of going around him, he's just banging and banging and banging. When a guy's banging you, you spin off of him. Those are the worst defenders to play against, actually, because if you can feel their body, come on.
Come on. Come on.
I mean, it's true. When a guy is begging you,
You try to
what is it? Spin him off you.
spin him off. Wait,
And you feel his body. Happy Pride.
Well, speaking of nonsense and
Happy
buffoonery,
Pride.
yesterday we did Fox Sports Radio, right? So if you missed any of our...
Didn't Rich say something yesterday where you and I looked at each other?
Probably, yeah. That
there
happens
was,
a lot.
I thought
And we're
yesterday.
like, all right, just let it go.
I
you know?
think yesterday could have been, if not our best, a top 3 Fox Sports Radio show. I thought it was just so much fun yesterday. So
It just
download
went
that
quick.
bad boy.
Yes, please, foxsportsradio.com. But speaking of like buffoonery and childlike antics, we walked into the lobby and they catered some food for the staff at Fox Sports Radio yesterday. And like glutton, immature idiots,
God.
like Buffalo Wild Wings, I tried my hardest to resist. Spot went like, he dove headfirst into this.
I ate one of like everything.
Yo, he
I
went
ate
crazy.
I ate at least 10 boneless wings in like a 30-second period.
Honestly, he had no willpower
I
at
didn't.
all.
But there's protein, a lot of carbs, but protein. It's
So
chicken.
I tried my hardest to resist, the free Buffalo Wild Wings. I didn't know how long they were there. Plus, they had donuts, treats. They just catered the day for everybody at Fox Sports Radio. And long story short, I had 3. Swear to God, 3.
I think I had
I only had 3.
Three as well. I had a couple
little nuggies.
I had they had the boneless nuggies, and I think I had 2 or 3 of the lemon pepper and 1 of the hot ones.
I had
so I
3.
think I maybe had 3 also. 3
I
or
had
4.
3 total.
Yeah.
Right? That's all I had. Spot had about 13. And he had a piece of a donut. When I left, I had a little sliver of a donut. So that's all I had.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, those 3 hit me immediately so hard. The whole Fox Sports Radio show, I'm just letting rip.
I never thought it's very possible that those were sitting there from Friday.
Something was up with those.
And I just didn't think about it.
Yeah,
But it was
up
free and it was
until
for me.
this morning, it was Buffalo Wild Wings Revenge. Like, I can't believe that 3 did that much damage to my insides.
I'm amazed because I thought you have a softer stomach than me, I guess.
Your stomach must be made of steel, Spot, because I don't know how the hell you withstood that.
I pooped last night, but something's brewing in my stomach right now. I feel like
Something
it's not
wicked this way comes.
It's like a pain.
Yo, dude.
It's like a dull, crushing pain
I had 3 and something was
in my bowels.
something was happening, and it wasn't something good.
I didn't
So
even have the
anyway,
blue cheese.
we were just laughing about that yesterday, just because again, buffoonery prevails. But check us out at foxsportsradio.com, foxsportsradio.com, and let's get into this sports,
and-
entertainment, and life.
The last time we had Buffalo Wild, at least for me, the last time I had Buffalo Wild Wings was when we were drowning our sorrows when we got kicked out of
That's
Canada.
right. When we did our road trip and got stopped at the Canadian border and we were told, get back over there, E. We were kicked out of Canada.
We had to drive from all the way back to Minneapolis, which was like a 6-hour drive.
Where'd we cut through?
We stopped through Fargo, North Dakota. So we ate at a Buffalo Wild Wings
remember
in
that,
Fargo,
yeah.
North Dakota.
I remember that. I had like a pint of like some sort of cider, some sort of Angry Orchard. I remember.
Yeah,
that
we were
day.
angry.
We were pretty angry.
We were mad. You were like, "Girl, give me an angry orchard."
Give me the angry one.
You ordered an orchard, but when it came, it was so angry.
Would you like an orchard? No, I want an angry one, thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate you. All right, well, I hope you had a, like I said, Devin Haney sort of weekend.
Yeah, and that toilet has already seen the dark side, so it doesn't matter what I do to it.
Oh, my toilet
Your
here?
toilet, yeah.
Oh, you said, yeah, because the
your
dog
house
watcher.
guest, your dog
Yeah.
watcher took care of that.
You ever make a face out of the toilet and you put 2 toilet paper rolls and the inside of the roll like a cigarette?
I
Like a cigar?
remember I did that to Sarah?
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for putting up with us and our buffoonery.
Sarah, the
and our
toilet's
immaturity.
smoking.
I think there's a time and place, right? Like, There's a time, and I feel like I wear both hats. I really do. There's a time where I'm too professional, and I think that's where Rich is like, look at this guy trying to be professional. We know he's the biggest buffoon. But there's a lot of times where I'm very serious about things. You know, I think there's a time and place. That's how I feel personally. If I'm going to a meeting, yeah, there's icebreakers. You show them who you are. But then it's like, yo, it's business time. You button up. You're serious about shit. Because if you're never serious and you're always making fart jokes, no one's ever going to take you for real.
But that's who you are, though. And that's why they like you. So when they could tell when you're trying to be fake business guy.
It's not fake business guy. That's the other side of me.
Yeah, I think he does have a serious side to him.
But I have a very serious side to me.
But you're...
almost too serious.
Bread and butter is your goofy side.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so don't lose it. That's really the point of this conversation.
Don't not see the boobs in the picture. Don't not giggle when someone says Bush.
To me, that's when you lost like the joy of the simple things.
Like, is there some guy? Is there some old guy watching the NBA playoffs? And when Charles Barkley said, "All right, so when a man's banging you."
Well, I don't get it.
Yeah, there's
some guy just sitting there watching. Like,
people hit me up. I made not even a dad joke the other day. I made a granddad joke.
You spin off of him. Those are the worst defenders to play against, actually, because if you can feel their body, come on. 18.
I made a granddad joke on Lithium. I said, did you hear the Beastie Boys are coming out with a 5-part anthology? The Beastie Boys? Yeah, parts A through D are free. You have to fight for your right to part E. I make dumb jokes like that all the time. I get them from memes. I just hear them at places.
Oh.
Yeah, granddad joke.
Do you know how many times I've used our Papa Roach cut my jeans in 2 pieces? I now have badass shorts.
I know.
But I get people that angrily
and unnecessarily
hit me up and they're mad at it. It's like, yo, lighten up, dude.
I've heard that out of your mouth.
Lighten up. Life's tough.
Times.
Life's tough enough. Lighten up. And don't take your grumpiness out on me when I, still get joy out of goofy jokes like that.
Yeah. Don't take the joy away.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that hate it.
Our buddy Cubby.
And that's a great indicator that their life stinks.
Our buddy Cubby is the king of dad jokes.
He's always been, though.
He's always been?
I don't know if I like that title. I'd rather be the king of Bongo Bong.
You could be.
Which is a song.
But didn't he start
more like the king of wishful thinking?
Doesn't he have a Twitter spot or an Instagram, right? The like dad humor or something?
I don't know. There is like a dad joke Instagram or page.
Yeah, but he has one where he posts all his dad jokes. And yeah, I agree. I do like those like punny humor, dumb quote dad jokes. Always makes me laugh.
King of Bongo Bong, bro. Manu Chao, bro.
Mama was queen of the mambo, Papa was king of the Congo.
Few people might remember the song. All right.
So when you say you're the king of Bongo Bong, it's a reference to a random song?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a deeper reference I didn't get. I didn't know it was like
it's a great song.
Banging on my boogie, I'm a king without a crown, hanging loose in a big town. But I'm a king of bongo, baby. I'm the king of bongo bong. King of the bongo, king of the bongo. Hear me when I come, baby. King of the bongo.
Play the bongos. This bad one.
Hear me when I come. They say that I'm a clown, making too much.
He's the king of Bongo Bong, everybody. You know what? I'm not the only guy that knows this song. I, George Foreman, guarantee there's people that know this song. King of Bongo Bong. I've seen other people reference it. I swear to God. So, thank you. I'd rather be the king of Bongo Bong than the king of dad jokes. I don't take pride. I take pride in finding the humor in a good dad joke. Like, I'm not too cool for it. Life's going to hit
Bongo Bong.
And there may be phases in life where, you don't laugh at the dad joke. But that's when you got to, like, pick yourself up by the bootstraps. Is that the saying?
You don't
and
wear
say,
boots.
yeah, you know what? Fight for your right to part E. That was kind of funny.
That's pretty good.
That's
pretty good.
That's all right. I don't need to be mad at it. I don't need to be mad about it.
It's a good one.
That's pretty good.
There you have it.
No, that's pretty good.
I'd rather be the king of wishful thinking. Ricky Ricardo is the king of Bongo Bong. No, he's the king. Yeah, he's Babalu. This song is a fake song. No, it's not, Mauser. I used to play that all the time.
Where?
In my real life.
No, but like on the radio?
Yeah.
So one of those like alt 90s weird hits.
I don't remember what year it came out. I'd say it was like early 2000s.
Who sings it?
Manu Chao. He's
Manu
famous.
Chao?
I think he's Portuguese or Brazilian. But he's a famous artist. So anyway, we got some rando news
Rich
to
is
get
more
to.
of a Go West guy.
It's a good song. Honestly, it really is.
It's a good song.
It's a good song. It's kind of corny, but it's good.
On the soundtrack to Pretty Woman.
I don't need to fall at your feet just cause you cut me to the bone.
The bone. He said the bone. Guy's singing about bones.
Yo, that's so wild. It was popular in Austria and Germany and nowhere else. Italy, too.
Wife loves Manu Chao. People, I'm telling you, people know it.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, no, I believe it.
It was on the radio in 99, 2000. It never even hit the charts in the United States. Never played here. But in Italy,
Remember,
it hit number
I was
3.
a guy who sought out music. I still am.
Austria, number 4. And Germany, it was number 7. But nowhere else in the world. It was in this little pocket of Austria,
I'm
Germany,
adding that.
and Italy.
Adding it to my playlist right now. You know what I'll add it to? I'm sure this is like something I got from Liquid Time or something.
Bongo Bong is the first solo single by Manu Chao from his first album, Clandestino.
No way.
Clandestine.
Wow.
All comes together.
Clandestino is one of my favorite albums.
Clandestino.
I'm a big fan. I was such a big fan of Clandestino. So
This is the song called Clandestina.
the point is, I've been saying King of Bongo Bong for years, and Rich just figured it out.
I think everyone just figured it out.
Okay.
No, you just
yeah.
connected the dots is what I'm saying. Like, everyone's like, probably just went with it. Like, yeah, King of Bongo Bong. Oh, that's what he's referencing for the last 18
A
years?
few people have hit me up with it. Every once in a while, I'll throw out a random lyric or reference, and people do catch it.
King
Like,
of
did
Bongo
you just
Bong."
reference? I'm like, yep, sure did. Anyway, thank you guys.
Wait a second. It's the same beat?
Yeah.
Is this a different name song?
Yes.
Oh.
I know this song too.
It was also covered by Robbie Williams. Robbie Williams did a cover of Bongo Bong in 07.
I know this song, by the way, Spot. Which one is this?
This Je ne t'aime plus. It's French.
Yeah, I know this one too. It's a famous little beat.
You should tell SiriusXM. Maybe you get benefits. They'll put you on the French channel.
Hey, I'll take any job. Phil and Frank. You know, I always liked it. I always
cheese.
pictured like Congo Bongo, like it sounds like a video game, and every time you hear the bing, it sounds like a character jumping. Sounds very Nintendo-like. All right, well, anyway, sports, entertainment, and life. We went to a Dodgers game on Friday. Great time. We talked about it on foxsportsradio.com. The gist of it was this. It was hugely expensive. Very expensive, but a great time. I went there solo, like Han, so it didn't bother me any. But if I was a family of 4, man, that's a steep night. I see how people complain. It was also Pride Night, which honestly, on a personal note, it was nice to see people come out, pun intended.
I gotta be honest. It wasn't Pride enough for me.
It wasn't. Not enough rainbows.
There was not enough rainbows. They had cups that not everyone got. You had to buy a package. There were like a part of the package. You got like the special jersey. But yeah, I expected like a little bit more. Buoyance.
Was it not enough for you?
Flamboyance.
Can't believe we didn't bring this up on Fox. This would have been appropriate. I don't know if Covino saw it the way you and I did. They did the kiss cam in like the 4th or 5th inning.
I missed it.
Oh, how did you miss the kiss
I was
cam?
deep-throating a Doyer dog.
How did you miss the kiss cam?
I mean, it was.
When in Rome.
It was your opportunity to impress.
Yeah.
There were 2 gorgeous lesbians. I'm not talking like average looking, like 2 models, like Chriselle Strauss, who just won an MTV award, who was in our, who was like a random guest of ours, who was in our Orange Theory class, who became a superstar on, what is it?
It was
Selling Sunset. She won an award last night, and she recently came out, like she's into men, women. Yo, is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's what we saw. And I was like,
What the hell?
Well, because it was Pride Night, so that's JoJo Siwa. Who's she again? She's
like an influencer.
Yeah, so that's her on the right there. Oh, sorry. And then I don't know who these chicks are, but
Wow, muchacho.
By the way, the chance of you catching that I mean, I guess because it's a celebrity, but when I saw that, I was like, there's no way people will believe me when I tell you that some good-looking lesbians were making out with like tongue on the big screen at Dodger Stadium. And I'm like, whoa, Spot, play it again.
I thought there was plenty of gay Wes in Idaho, but I thought it was a nice night. You know, people looked like they were having a good time, and
Yeah, who are those
didn't
chicks?
bother
Look
me
at the girls on the
bit.
left. Like, I mean,
that's a little much.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. No,
girls, guys, anyone.
Yeah.
The kiss cams for like two old people to be like, yeah, I love you.
right?
You
But
know, like-
hey, I missed
But
it.
I was like,
You know what was weird?
I
When
looked at Spot and I go, hey.
I thought it was awesome when they zoomed in
Oh
on
my.
Spot eating a hot dog, and they're like, "That's Spotty's gay, Spotty's gay, Spotty's gay, Spotty's gay,
and
Spotty's gay, that's Spotty's gay." Spot was like this,
Oh, and to the beat, he was with the Dodger dog.
and then he licked all the mustard off it he went like this, on the big screen. I thought that was a little much too, but
And then I swallowed it without chewing.
yeah, that was
It
weird.
was
was
really
weird.
crazy.
But
It was-
aside from that,
I
great
just went-
night, Pride night,
Actually, no, I took it. I took the hot dog off the bun. I went.
expensive
Oh, yeah.
night. And Rich, of course, brought his daughter, and we talked about it on Fox Sports Radio. She loved it. He wants to go again immediately.
Let me tell you, agreed. I got to talk to you about that, but Andrew Hart is right on the feedback. That was a straight couple. It's over the top.
That's my point.
I looked at Spot and I'm like,
What you
I
wanted,
was-
you wanted to kiss me like that?
I was, and I'm not into lesbian porn, but I was turned on by
I'm
those.
not-
Can you
I
show
was-
that one more time, Spot?
Wow.
Those are good. I mean,
Oh my!
those aren't like average looking gals.
They're what's known as lipstick lesbians.
Oh, thank you for the terminology. Spot.
They're very pretty.
But
Spot's
I'm
the expert.
talking big screen at Dodger Stadium. Like for more than a second, like it's rolling. Like these girls are
Can I
in it.
Can I give you a hand with that?
My goodness.
Wow.
You know, it'd be great if I like peeked up in between the two couples.
Imagine, yeah, Spot just poked up.
It's like
But, well, that was at the Dodger game. You're right, Pride Night. It was nice to see people out and about and being supported. And it brings me to a story we got to get to because I actually texted you last night and you didn't write me back. And by the way, Spot, you want to show people two quick pictures from the game? There's a fan favorite, and it's Emmy feeding Spot a garlic fry.
yeah, there's where are those?
I just texted them to you.
Okay.
412, the letter C in our show if you want to text us.
So the Dodgers game was fun. They lost, but Rich won because he showed his daughter a nice night. She had a great time.
we
We
had
met
such
up
a
with our
good
buddy
time.
Rob. You know, we had some good seats and had fun. We just had a fun night.
You know
Had a
what?
few
It was getting to walk down and get really close to the action for Emmy and getting her a Dodger dog, some ice cream, some cotton candy. And I'll be honest, when I was a kid, I feel like I conked out way before my daughter when I was that age. When I was that age, I feel like by the fifth inning, I'm like, all right, Mom and Dad, I'm tired. My parents love to tell the story when I was a kid. Everyone was cheering, let's go Mets, let's go Mets. And I was like, let's go home, let's go home. My daughter in the
I
eighth
could
inning.
totally picture your mom and dad telling that story. And then remember little Richie?
Oh, he
Let's
was
go home.
Oh, he was. He was ready to go.
He was conked out.
Oh yeah.
He was saying, "Let's go home."
Let's go
That's
home.
such a parent story.
And then the other,
That's right. There's Emmy feeding me. French
there's
fry.
Emmy feeding Spot some garlic fries we got.
What are you looking at?
My reaction is this Spot deep throating this fry,
Oh,
but
yeah.
also like I think he was gonna bite Emmy's fingers. He was so hungry.
I was. My God,
I was
those
concerned.
My God,
concerned
those
for Emmy's
garlic
fingers.
fries. My God,
They were good.
I was in the middle of
They
singing.
were worth the hefty
That's
price
Spotty's
tag.
gay. Spotty's gay. Spotty's gay. Spotty's gay.
Spot.
And Spot.
What a great photo.
I like other pictures we took, but everyone's like, that's the framer. So I guess that's the framer. If everyone says it's the framer.
Well, it's
Oh,
a
thank
nice
you.
time. Spotty took that one.
Thank you, Spotty. That's
So proud of my
a
depth of
very
field.
nice photo.
Thanks, iPhone portrait mode.
But I had a freaking blast. Thank you guys for coming too. But it was really cool to see my kid.
He thanked me for coming. Yeah, this guy is really into Pride Night.
So I don't want to press my luck. No whammies, no whammies. Have you ever heard of whammy?
Oh,
Wipe out.
got a whammy. By the way, that's a great press your luck.
Thank
impression.
you.
I thought I was
I've
impressed
been
by
working
that.
on that.
It's well done, Spot.
And Rich, I think you're nailing it. Like you really are. Like you're pushing it. Like leave well enough alone. You just had a nice night.
Well, here's the deal. The Mets are in Anaheim next weekend because a lot of these teams, they take their West Coast trip. So the Mets played the Dyers. Now they play
The Angels.
I think the Giants midweek or the Padres. No, they play the Padres. And then they play the Angels. So when they play the Angels, it's next Saturday is fireworks night. And Dodger Stadium, significantly more expensive than Anaheim.
How are you going to see fireworks during the day if you have to get back to do Fox Sports Radio that night?
I don't have to do Fox Sports Saturday night.
Oh, it's a Saturday game?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a Saturday
you
night
made
game.
reference yesterday that
well,
you wanted to get back before the show.
Because yesterday on Fox, you said, well, while you're in Anaheim, why don't you go to Disney? And I said, well, when am I going to go to Disney Sunday morning and early afternoon and rush back for Fox?
Okay.
So I'm thinking the fact that Emmy was like, I loved it. Let's go Mets, Dad. We had hot dogs. We got to spend time together. And she just loved, I think she just loved being out and about and just me and her just having a little day like that. That the Mets are playing the Angels next Saturday night. And it's fireworks night. And I said, Sarah, maybe we all go down to Anaheim, which is what, like an hour and a half, 2 hours in traffic?
It depends. Yeah.
And
maybe
I was like,
on the weekend. Is it what day is it?
It's a Saturday night.
It could be anywhere from an hour and a half to like 4 hours.
Honestly, you might cruise down. Actually, going to be a beautiful day on Saturday, though.
So I'm thinking, I said, why don't
a lot
we
of beach people.
Why don't we go down? Why don't we do something down in the OC area? And then maybe you and Ben go to the hotel, chill out, and I'll take Emmy to the game because we think Ben at the game would be a little bit much. He's still a little maniac.
Ben's a little much everywhere.
I was saying, yeah, Ben at Chuck E. Cheese is a little much.
So I said, why don't Emmy and I go to the Angels game, drop you and Ben at the hotel. Sarah, Emmy and I will check out the game. Then we'll come back to the hotel. We'll have a little slumber party, family night at the hotel. And then in the morning, I'm sure in Anaheim, there's an aquarium or zoo or something we could do in the morning and then head back to LA. And I'm like, is that pushing my luck? But I'm like, you know what? Isn't it about making these fun memories? And isn't that sort of the point? Like, hey, my favorite team's in town 2 weeks of the year. And I saw them play the Dodgers.
Yeah, if it wasn't so close to each other, I get it. But because it is close to each other, I also get it. So just go. Go.
Right? I mean, why not, right?
I mean, it is a little bit close to each other, but do it.
So
we just had a nice moment. Emmy's going to fall asleep in the fourth inning. You're going to be mad at her, and you're not going to have as much fun.
I would never be mad.
And then if the Mets lose, you're just going to consider Emmy a mush, and you're never
I'm the mush. I'm the Santa Ana Zoo is a little further south. Maybe I'll check that out, Alex Berman. But yeah, that's what Sarah and I were thinking. Maybe do a little day trip overnight down to Anaheim with the kids. But again, you don't want to push your luck. Covino's right though. Like sometimes, like leave a good thing alone. Like that was a beautiful experience. But I'm like, you know what? Can it be more? Can we have another fun night? Maybe.
But is it a fun night? Well, never mind. You're right. I mean, Emmy, I was there. I witnessed it. She had a blast. I was saying, is he doing it for Emmy or is he doing it for Rich?
Well, both, because I would want to go see it. But if Emmy didn't, if Emmy wasn't into it,
yeah,
and wasn't like just playing along and having fun and being silly, then I'd say, oh, maybe I'll go with one of my buddies or something, and I'll do a solo mission. But
if you get,
she was like, Dad,
I get it.
On the way home, she's like, can we go every day? I'm like, no, we can't go every day. You wouldn't want to go every day, you know? She's like, I want to go again.
Speaking of, I hate off days. The Yankees are off today. I hate that. That's how much I love it. So anyway, great time. Huge success. Rich went all out. Rich was super dad.
We had fun.
He took her to the front just so she could take in the full vibe of the stadium. Yeah. You know, Rich and Emmy smile at security and they just let him go. Yeah. That's the life of Rich.
Yeah.
They picked me up by the back. Hey, get out of here. Take a picture. Oh.
No, there was a point where we were walking out. We were leaving. Yeah. And you guys went to the bathroom, so I was watching Emmy, so I was just holding her. I had walked up by the seats just to watch the game before we were leaving. Somebody came over to me like, sir, you need to step behind the blue line.
Emmy, just smile at security like that. Watch that. And then they don't bother you.
Step behind the blue line, sir.
They actually are.
I'm holding a kid.
They welcome Rich to the front row. Yeah. They don't even look for his tickets.
Leaving and I'm holding a kid. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, just go to the front row.
I
Walk
got
with a
pulled by
smile.
my ear like,
walk with a smile.
So
shouldn't you be making nachos somewhere?
Yeah,
man.
Let me see your ticket stub. What? I just came down.
Papers. Let me see
take
your
a
papers.
picture.
Who? What?
But it was a nice night.
I'm just watching the game.
And the Mets lost, but still, it was a big win.
Yeah, and a big series. They split 2-2. And hey, for all the baseball fans, that I would love for that to be the championship series come October. Two great teams, man.
Two powerhouses. And that's part of the reason why tickets were
a little
so
pricey.
expensive.
Yeah. Now, there's a story that sort of ties into this that
Hold on, I'm getting a strange phone call.
Oh, who could it be?
Hello? Who's this? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm at work right now. If you can call me back around noon. Oh, thank you so much. No, I appreciate it. I can't speak right now in a meeting. I appreciate it.
Did you miss your dental cleaning?
No, actually,
I
it's
thought
a
I
whole
heard-
side story.
Oh.
When I was in the hospital for COVID, right?
Oh, Provencia. That's the hospital.
Providence.
Providencia, yeah.
When I was in the hospital for
I
COVID,
think I went to the same hospital.
get this. I was supposed to be there for 5 days.
You were at Tarzana Medical Center, right?
On the fifth day, the doctor said I was good to go.
Yeah.
You can go home, but you got to have your oxygen, right? So, dude, after 5 days, I was like, I got to get out of here.
Is that when you
like,
put on the scuba suit and they're like, you don't need the flippers, just the oxygen tank?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, sir, we're not going to allow you to leave yet because we can't get a hold of your oxygen provider. I'm like, wait, so I can't go? I'm like, no. And that's when he wheeled me into the room with the big-headed guy that was dying in the room. It was horrible. So I had to stay there another day, right? The next day comes, they're like, but we'll be able to let you go tomorrow. Oh, geez, fine. Next day comes, sorry, sir, we can't allow you to leave because we still can't get a hold of your oxygen provider. I'm like, what? So I spent another night in the room with this dying man. It was a nightmare for me, right? And they took great care of me. That's not my complaint. My complaint is this. The next day comes, you know what they say to me? My goodness, sir, we're so sorry. We were calling the wrong provider the whole time. I'm like, so I stayed 2 extra days because you had the wrong number of my oxygen provider? They're like, yeah, we were calling. Apparently, you're with a new oxygen provider, or they switched companies. I don't know their reasoning.
They didn't charge you extra, did they?
Yes, they called me 2 days.
That's a
Now, hold
discrepancy.
on. Now, my insurance company paid 7 days in full, and nobody cared or complained.
Usually it's by stay.
Why the hell should I have to pay my portion of those 2 extra days when it was on their mistake?
Wasn't it usually under
and
one
documented and everything? So I'm sort of disputing the charge. I'm like, look, you got $65,000 from my insurance company, and they overpaid, in my opinion, because I shouldn't have even had been there another 2 days. It was your mistake. I stayed. I'm not complaining about the care I got. I appreciate that. I said, and I'm not trying to get the money back that my insurance paid. And I know I owe money, but I shouldn't be paying for those 2 extra days out of my pocket.
No way.
So that's what that's about.
I just got a bill the other day. I paid when I went into the ER for my back for them to just treat me like a drug seeker. I got a bill. I had to pay $1,000, and I paid the bill right away. I'm like, fuck this. I just got a bill for something else. I'm like, what? What did you find in 3 months?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, 6 months.
Honestly,
By the way, dude, I'm talking a few $1,000s.
No,
out of my pocket.
I'm telling you.
Oh my God.
What did you find in 6 months that you need to charge me an extra it's very minimal. It's like 50. It's like $50. But
It's a
why?
scam. It's a scammeroo.
I feel
Yeah,
like
I
calling
think
back.
they tried to keep me there 2 extra days to get
I'm
money from my
saying,
insurance.
I think
that's how I felt.
I think the scammeroo is
A lot of times there's double dippers.
the scammeroo is they'll send you a bill in just the hopes that maybe you got money or maybe you are like OCD and you're like, oh, I better pay it. I don't pay shit I get from the hospital until I get the final, if you don't settle this, we're going to go to collections. Then I'm like, all right, let me address it now. Because a lot of times you start getting bills and they're less and less and less because they realize, well, this person's not paying. And they go less and less. And the reality is it's a fucking scam. They're going to be like, I even said this to my dentist, who I love, nice guy. But he was like, hey, Sarah needed some deeper cleaning and some treatment. And they're like, yeah, that's like $800 out of pocket. I'm like, $800? No, can do. You know what? Sarah, you want to do it next? Maybe next time we'll do it. He's like, all right, hold on, let me see what I could do. I'm like, yeah, it's honestly, it's got a lot going on right now. We don't feel like dropping $800 for some deep cleaning with a laser thing. Like, sorry, doc. Comes back, phone call like a week later. Yeah, it's a dentist. Hey, what's up, man? How's everything? Hey, can your wife come in for that laser treatment? Yeah, I just don't. We don't feel like spending like almost $1,000 for an optional thing. You know what? Yeah, come in here and We could do it for 200.
Wow.
And I was like,
what a discount.
And I was like, 200? That seems to be like an 80% discount. We'll do it now, but why was it not $200
exactly
a month ago?
They just want some money.
And I
get the hustle, but no, that's what the hospital's doing. They're saying,
and they overcharged my insurance and got $65,000. Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm like, yeah. Look, it's one thing you overcharge my insurance company, but to overcharge me, nah.
I have a couple examples.
Deep cleanings are miserable, by the way, Mark S. I had one done, and yeah, they like peel back your gums and give you anesthesia. They like really get in there. They assume everyone like around 40-ish, they recommend it, but I don't know if everyone needs it.
Recently, for my back, I went to a doctor and they sent me out for imaging, but I always check like the explanation of benefits when you get those in the mail. It's not a bill, but I just like to see what they're charging. And the doctor charged me for imaging, even though they sent me out for imaging, and I was also charged for that imaging elsewhere, which I find interesting. Also, when I was in the hospital for, not the first time, but the second time, I had a pleural effusion. I had fluid around my lungs. I saw like an infectious disease doctor because I kept getting a fever, but it was all under one hospital stay, but the doctor was trying to bill separately.
Schemes.
Like I went to their office.
Everything's a scammer.
So that happens a lot. If you get, like, a lot of times it'll be a doctor that is supposed to be under your hospital stay.
Everything's a scammer.
But they want to get a separate billing thing going. So you're just like,
pharmaceutical companies
covered under the same thing.
They're not in the business of cures, man. They're in the business of patients and the business of keeping people at bay. And this, all the medical industry is one big scammer. But again, we're at their mercy.
What were you about to say, Rich?
Can't they just see where the fluid is in anyone's body and just like stab it with a straw?
That's cute, but they actually did do that.
That's what they do, right? Essentially.
Do you want to say? That's gross.
No, I don't want to say. But
the liter of fluid that was extracted from my lungs was, but they leaned me over a table, right? Like I was about to get butt fucked.
Okay, Charles Barkley.
They leaned me over a table, and they said, "Put your ass up," and I'm like, "Okay." No, but they leaned me over a table, and they're like, "All right, hold on." It was the tray, the hospital tray table. They're like, all right, hold on. And they shoved a needle in my back. I'm like, what's going on back there? I turn around. They're holding up a bag of fluid. Ugh. Gross.
Oh, gross.
And then, but then to get the rest of it out, that was like just the majority of it. To get the rest of it out, I had to go in an imaging machine. And they were putting in what's known as a pigtail catheter. They were spiraling it in little by little
hear this.
Towards my lung. And I had a catheter sticking out of my back for a week.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Great story.
They charged you extra for that.
And they charged me extra for that.
We gave you the piggy outfit.
Because they fucked up a month earlier and took me off my chest tubes too soon.
Exactly.
We supposed to have your ass sticking out or your junk sticking out of that rope? You put it on backwards or the right way?
I put on...
Depends how you roll, I guess. I don't know.
By the way, you're supposed to... If you want to go for a walk in the hospital, you get 2 robes. You put one on the front, one on the back.
Oh, see?
Well, that's who called me. Sorry about that, but that's a whole other side story.
Does anyone want to see my fluid?
Unfortunately, you have to dispute these things.
I'll get a photo. You'll see. It's great.
And... that's that. On a side note, like I said, we're at the mercy. I got great care, and I'm thankful and grateful for that. But they try to get you for every penny you're worth. I don't know if there's any truth to this at all. There was a documentary that came out this weekend, like "What Is a Woman?" that was like taken down.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that controversy?
It's that guy.
It's that guy that you see on social media.
He was on Dr. Phil.
People all the time. Like there's only 2 genders and. Right? You see that guy, the beard? I forget his name.
Of course, yeah.
He's all over social media. Anyway, they released a documentary, and I don't know if there's any truth to this, but it does make you say, that pharmaceutical companies get $1 million per person that decides to become another sex because they're put on all these hormones. And so every time someone's sort of, I don't want to say convinced, there's so much money involved in saying, yeah, you know what? I think you are a little girl deep down inside. They make $1 million every time.
Well,
so there's a lot of money to be made.
Invest in hormone treatments.
Yeah, and instead of saying, hey, maybe you should see, I don't know, maybe you should talk to somebody. Yeah. There's a lot more money to be made there. Is that the real reasoning? Do these kids have a real issue? I don't know. I'm not here to debate that right now.
Instead of buying NFT shoes, I'm just investing in hormone therapy.
Yeah, I'm just telling you that the hospital's overcharging me. They already overcharged my insurance company. The end. So this weekend, Mets game, dealing with bills and trying to get this stuff off my plate. I watched a great fight. Congrats to Devin Haney. He's the undisputed champion. He's a little boring, but he won a big fight. in the past few weekends, Rich, we had some good reunions. We never even talked about the fact that we caught up with Janelle a few weekends ago.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was great. We caught up with Janelle Marie.
You invite me out for the most inane shit, but not to see Janelle.
I agree with you, but her and her mom invited us to dinner.
I just wanted to see them cheeks.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. I want to see them cheeks.
She's like, by the way, Janelle is one of those women that is getting hotter with time.
Yeah, she is. Which is why
she looks good.
Like, you got to keep in mind, she's still in her late 20s, but she, like, in my mind, we met her and she still was like, I don't know, had like a young, not their vibe or something.
She's been doing more squats.
Yeah, she was baby faced.
A little bit, yeah. But now she's like, Janelle looks gorgeous and she's
like,
sweet. She's beautiful and sweet, and
she's really great.
Yo, her mom, I did not recognize.
Her mom lost 100 pounds.
Her mom lost 100 pounds. So Janelle's sitting down with her mom,
and I'm gastric sleeve.
I'm walking into the restaurant with Covino. I go, I thought Janelle was bringing her mom. Was it her friend? Her mom went from probably like,
she calls her skinny Janet now. That's my mom, skinny.
Her mom
Janet.
go from, what do you think, 220 to 120?
Yeah.
Honestly, probably went from 220 to 120.
Who's ready to see the fluid in my lungs?
Nobody.
I mean, you're so anxious.
Rather see the picture of us and Janelle.
You want to see it?
I want to show people.
So go ahead, show people.
Right,
it's fucking gross.
Turn your eyes away. Ready?
I could see it, but I think it's gross.
Ready? 3, 2. There's the fluid that was in my lungs.
Wow.
Look at all that.
That's a lot.
A whole liter.
That is gross.
You have an Arizona iced tea in your lungs?
Isn't that gross?
Look
at that. Isn't that gross?
We drained the Arizona iced tea you had in your lungs.
Coca-Cola from the 1980s.
Let me find that do you have a send me the picture of you and Janelle?
It's flat soda from last month.
How gross is that?
And I had another reunion this weekend. You know what, man? I think it's like my mom says all the time. Everything comes out in the wash, right?
I don't know. Ben spills a lot of shit on things.
Well, not everything. Grass stains don't always come out.
Ben fucking stains a lot of things.
Right? Paint never comes out. Not everything comes out in the wash, but
paint does never come out.
There is a funny story that
they say it does.
They say it does, but it doesn't. In my past, I lived with a boy band, right?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Good for you for getting on the booty side.
Booty side.
I'm going to pretend like I was there.
There's Janelle Marie.
I love her.
Look at her. I love her.
It's one of those things where you meet people along the way, and sometimes
I was there.
Sometimes you meet someone. Sometimes you meet people, and it's like, man, nice knowing you. I'm glad that we both put the effort in to remain friends with Janelle. She was a big part of our lives for 2 years.
Yeah, she was great. We dealt with her every day. All the time.
Her and I would go get coffee.
And we rooted for her.
Day.
We rooted for her hard. She was young, and she was in an awkward situation with 2 established guys and a crew that really didn't give her a lot of respect. We witnessed it.
Yeah, a lot of machismo respect, disrespect she got too.
She got disrespected a lot, and it wasn't fair. And we had her back, but we also wanted to do a great show, and there was a lot of pressure on everybody. But we got some good friendships out of it, so we reunited with her. And this past weekend, dude, it's been 5 years. The kid Mikey that I used to live with, and people really don't realize how much I did for this kid. His parents realized it. They were always grateful. But he was like out of the blue. And it's funny because I feel like Melody said she manifested it. Melody and I, side story, we're looking through old pictures. And it's one of the first times where she really wanted to see them. I think a lot of her past was a little too painful for her, so she wanted to block that shit out.
It makes sense. Her pictures are going to be
her old life.
Her old life when mom and dad were together.
Right.
So that's going to be painful.
Her old homes, her old family.
I was saying that to Sarah the other day. I said, man, imagine if in 2 years from now, when Emmy's 7, if it was we separated. That would be terribly tough on a 7-year-old. So Melody, that's not easy.
Right. So she wanted to see some old pictures, so busted them out, and we were laughing. She was dying laughing at how Mikey was so involved in our family, but she was making fun of Mikey. Look how stupid he looks. What is he wearing? And we're just laughing. Dude, no joke. About 3 minutes later, out of the blue, he texts me. I was like, Melody, look at that. You believe? Ain't that weird?
She's got the Covino power.
I guess I manifested it. I was like, it's crazy. He's like, yo, man, it's been way too long. Let's get together and watch the NBA Finals this weekend. I was like, yeah, I'm working, but you want to come over and watch the fight? Come over. He's like, yo, I'm there. So again, after 5 years, it's not that we hadn't kept in touch, but I hadn't seen him.
Yeah.
Because again, awkwardness. He was affiliated with my ex. His mom's still friendly with my ex. I don't know. Maybe there was a
But I think he always liked you better.
Like
anyway.
a loyalty there to her. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. You know, and he made it very clear, like, the fact that I welcomed him in my home and his other bandmates, like, always meant so much to him. And it was nice to get that validation. And the weird part about it is, dude, I was with this kid. I would take him to school and shit. He was like 13, 14 years old. Now, he's 23, and I'm having a drink with this dude, and he's telling me about his escapades.
Oh, that's great,
even
man.
Melody said to me, he's like, yeah, but Dad, don't you think it's weird that a kid you like
almost
sort of
helped raise,
mentored and helped raise, like now you're going out for a drink? And I'm like, I agree, it sounds weird. I'm like, but life's weird. That's like me having a drink with my dad or something. It's like I was his kid, but he's a grown-up.
Melody, guess what? This might sound crazy, but one day, me and you might go out and have a drink.
Yeah, I'm
go
like,
out to the bar.
weird.
It's gonna happen.
It's weird, but life's weird.
Yeah.
So it was just nice to hear the things you'd want to hear from someone that you looked out for, and you know it meant a lot to him. And he was like, "Yo, man, yeah, just sorry, so much time has gone by. That we should hang out more." But we had a great time. I know the kid really well, so we had a great time. Hung out, went out for a drink, and it's just good catching up with people you haven't seen in a long time. So that was my weekend in a nutshell.
It's me in a nutshell.
No, this is me in a nutshell.
It was nice to see him though.
Yeah, it was great, and
he's slaying it.
Yeah, in the most respectful way possible. The thing I liked about Mikey, we had a lot in common. Both Jersey kids.
Yeah. Both like booty.
Both like booty. He was very
Both
funny
like the
and charismatic.
Yankees.
Both smothered by our mothers,
Love
right?
booty.
He had great parents, still does. And he was a great kid. Like he was a great kid.
And you
But
were a
he
great
said-
kid, so look at that.
Yeah, and I saw, he had something special about him. And he told me that he's always upfront with these girls. He's got millions of followers on TikTok now, right?
Yeah.
So he says the scammeroo is, like, he's always respectful with girls.
Yeah.
And he tells them straight up, these young kids, young men, not interested, and women either, not interested really in relationships.
Commitment.
At all. I'm like, yo, dude, how do you not get caught up, though? There's a lot of nice. He's like, yeah, it's just not how it is. I'm like, it's not how it is? He's like, yeah. I'm like, but even my brother, he's like, someone else is going to be splitting those cheeks, yo. He's like, yeah, I don't care about that. I'm like,
Man, who cares? I wouldn't care either. If I was 20, if I was 20 and if I was in my 20s and
like, so
single,
what's-
I'd be like, yeah,
I'm like,
whatever, who
what's the
cares?
Scammeroo. He's like, the scammeroo is like, you see, it's all about collaborating, right? And getting other people from other people's audience and fan base. But when he sees a woman or a young girl and he's like, let's collaborate, that's basically like, let's hang out and we'll see what happens.
So let's make some TikTok.
Let's collab
Let's
means
make
like,
some
let's
TikToks
hang.
or Instagram reels together. And that's like code for like, yo, let's collaborate. Code for like, yo, let's make a video. And then when we're done making the video,
Yeah.
let's fuck.
And he's straight up honest. He said he's always
good. I like it.
respectful.
Let's collaborate.
He's like, I got a sister that I love. I would never want to, and my mom raised me right. I'm always honest. And, it's awkward at times, but it's just, let's collab. Like our game back in the day was ASL, age, sex, location on Instant Messenger.
ASL.
An influencer's game is like, yo, let's collab. What? I'm innocent. Let's collab. I got lots of followers. You could, scam some of mine.
Let's collab.
And really, it's
start
like, let's
dropping
split
that line.
cheeks.
Yeah, spot. Hey, let's collab.
So he basically, yo, dude, he is living like a crazy life
collab.
in that way, but he's still a good kid. So reconnecting,
Let's collab.
had a nice night.
You guys down to collab?
Enjoyed
Let's
some fights. Enjoyed the game last night.
Did you?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed
We watched
the show.
it. We watched it together. I
Yeah,
mean,
the
there was
Warriors.
not a good game.
Sometimes it's not about the game or the fight. It's just about getting together.
Yeah.
We had a great show on Fox Sports Radio. We called the game, but the Golden State Warriors were back and they evened up the series 1-1.
Yeah, I'm sort of angry. A lot of times when something seems so obvious to me, I'll bet some dumb shit, and then sometimes I won't bet what I think is obvious. I don't know why. Like the whole week I'm like, man, Golden State will absolutely win game 2. They're going to rebound. They're not going to lose 2 in a row at home. And they were favored by 4.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, I forgot to throw down a bet. I wouldn't have bet a lot, but I would have bet on Golden State. Game 2 coming back. And I didn't. And boom, look at they win by 20 something. It was obvious to me. Like, did you really think that they were going to lose 2 games at home? That wasn't going to happen.
Lisa says that age group is non-committal. It's all good. They're sharers.
Yeah.
Sharers and influencers. But it's also interesting to hear how, kids like him make money. How do you survive, dude? What's
Right?
going on?
What are you doing?
Your life is weird.
Hey, just go to sponsor on a TikTok video.
And he was just saying all the time, he's like, yo, I always think of you guys because you guys were the professionals. Like you guys are, and now everybody podcasts, And he's like, I always think about you guys because I know you're so much better than these other dudes that are killing it. He's like, gotta be weird for you. I'm like, yeah, that's basically it. That's part of our struggle.
But you got to keep in mind
our strife.
I think of this too. When someone goes, oh, they're killing it. Killing it at different ages has different meanings. Like when you're 30, 40, 50 years old, killing it when you have to pay for tuitions and mortgages and car payments and everything. When you're power and water bill is thousands of dollars. When you're living an adult life, killing it has a different definition. Like if you're a single guy in your 20s, if you make 6 figures, you're fucking slaying it because all you have to worry about. Imagine if your only responsibility was like, yeah, my rent I share with my buddies and going to the bar and paying for my tab. Your overhead is not very high.
You know what's interesting about their lifestyle?
You want a tab, you got to order something.
Yeah.
Kid.
They're habitual circle hoppers like our old pal Jake. But they're all, I don't want to say using each other because it's almost like it's the way of the world. Mm-hmm. But they're all essentially using each other just to gain more clout from one another. If this person has 1 million followers and they notice that person has 1 million followers, hey, let's get together and we'll get, 500,000 each. From one another.
Or at least,
right?
Or a couple.
So they just hop around, and what they do is they'll schedule a day. So you think they're all pals, but they're not. But they all kind of know each other.
Yeah, just doing it.
But they'll like, hey, man, what are you doing on Wednesday? Let's collab. So they'll spend a day together, make like 6 videos, and then they might not see each other for another 6 months.
Or again.
Ever. But they just used each other for all these followers, but they're all okay with it. They know the game. That's sort of the game that they're playing.
It's okay to share followers.
Yeah.
Like if Mikey meets some girl that's got 1 million followers and he's got 1 million followers.
Exactly.
It's not like they're choosing one.
And then they just make money through sponsors and appearances and things like that. So,
Spot, did you have any more RC Cola in your lungs right there?
Oh my God. Honestly, maybe I just drank too much coffee.
We found RC Cola, sir, from 1988. Still trapped in your lungs.
Weird.
And a few SpaghettiOs.
Odd.
That's what that was. It was watered down. No, it was Lipton iced tea mix.
Well, so enjoyed my weekend.
Now,
enjoyed the games, enjoyed the fights. And let's go, those junkies. Happy to be here today. Thanks again for your June subscription to our Patreon.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.
Appreciate you. I did it behind the velvet rope, Rich. I want to say this, man, because I was shocked by the reaction. The biggest challenge of doing our tier 2 behind the velvet rope is like, well, what am I going to talk about? I don't want to bore anybody, right?
Too late.
But people want a little insight and extra. And I don't mind doing it, but the challenge is, well, what am I going to talk about? I don't want to bore people and just sit there and ramble. So I said, all right, what am I I'm not very knowledgeable in a lot of things, but I do know my sneakers and my shoe game a little bit. I wish I had more. I wish I was a sneakerhead. By no means am I, but I know a little bit. So I said, I'll bust out all my kicks. I'll do a little show and tell, but I'll talk about it. Talk about the hustle of buying a sneaker and reselling it and what they go for and this and that. I was like, some people are going to love it. Other people couldn't care less. It seemed like everybody loved it. Even the people who don't give a diddly fuck about sneakers or shoes or anything like that enjoyed the insight and enjoyed seeing my collection. I did a sneakerhead sort of, I called it Kicking It with a Drink. As I showed you my kicks.
So that's a professional side of Covino.
Kicking it with a drink. And it's available now behind the velvet rope. And I was just really surprised by all the feedback. Like, yeah, I'm not really that into sneakers, but that was insightful. Enjoyed that thoroughly. Thank you. And I was like, cool.
Got those pumped up kicks.
Yeah. So behind the velvet rope, drinking it, kicking it with a drink. Kicking it with a drink. I hope you enjoyed it. If not, check it out later on. We didn't do a show on Friday, so I hooked you up with a little BTVR for your viewing pleasures. And thanks again for all your feedback and all your subscriptions. And thank you, Gabagool. I appreciate you. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everybody that checked it out.
There was a story from yesterday that I'm sort of, I would say torn on, but the more I think about it, I don't know if I'm torn at all. Let me explain. There's a big story going on in Major League Baseball. And believe it or not sports. Major League Baseball is celebrating Pride throughout the league. And And for Pride Week, like we said, they had a Pride Night at Dodger Stadium. Spot's got his little Pride flag he's been rocking the last few days. And a show of support to your gay friends and family members or people that are on the wide spectrum of different, lesbian, gay, what is it? Let's say lesbian?
LBGTQ.
Lesbian, bisexual.
Yeah, now they have that plus feature.
They have the plus
like
feature.
Disney.
Like Disney.
Like us.
That's the plus.
So
lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender.
Yeah, all the gamut. The gamut of folks.
Queer. Yeah, there's a whole thing.
So here's the big story.
And I know people find it a little bit, would trite be the word? I don't know. Find it a little bit like much and woke to be like, hey, it's June. Let's all change everything to rainbows. But it really does mean something to people.
Does it bother anyone that much?
No, but I'm saying it is a little bit like eye-rolly that everyone's like, yeah, everything's a rainbow
At least
this
it's
month.
rainbows. Imagine if the gay people were like, yo, our color's like fucking, brown and orange.
You know, there's like
something ugly. At least it's a rainbow. It's beautiful.
There's like 20 different pride flags based on your orientation.
Well,
but what I'm saying is like, it's a nice show of support because it does mean something to someone else.
Here's
Even
where it
if
gets
means an eye roll to you.
All right, the eye roll. Let's talk about that, and I'll tell you why. Because there's a big story.
Shout
going
out to
on.
Archie.
There's a big story going on.
Who was at Pride this weekend?
Yo, do you know the big story going on,
I do,
Spot?
because I told you it last night.
Oh, snap-a-roo.
I don't think there's a snapperoo needed. I think it's not the type of
snap.
No, this
snapperoo.
I think it's
Z formation.
I think
I brought it up at Fox Sports Radio.
Well, let me tell you that I didn't think it was appropriate for Fox.
No.
But
told
don't
you.
pretend like I didn't tell you.
Maybe
first.
if you listen to me.
No, because I mentioned it first.
Well, the Tampa Bay Rays, who Covino still lovingly calls the Devil Rays.
They wear their Devil Rays jersey, just so you know.
Is their city connection?
I don't know if that's their city connection, but they wear Devil Rays jerseys on throwbacks and things like that a lot. I've seen even the last series with the Yankees. They were
Here's the
rocking Devil
story,
Rays.
Morning Glory.
But it's now they went from Devil Rays to Sun Rays, just the Tampa Bay Rays.
Now, most teams rocked a Pride Night at the stadium, a patch or a little logo on the hat, something. And the Tampa Bay Rays were one of the few organizations that made it optional. Now, here's where it gets tricky. During Saturday's Pride Night in Tampa, some Rays players opted to not sport a rainbow-colored patch on their sleeve rather than collectively wearing them as a team. The team was given a choice where other teams, like as a whole, made a decision like, yo, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to support the community, the gay community. Fair. We'll wear the patch. So 5 players on the team have decided to not wear the patch. Now, according to the Tampa Bay Times, the players who decided to wear the team's standard hat and remove the gay patch were pitchers Jason Adams, Jalen Beeks, Brooks Raley, Jeffrey Springs, and Ryan Thompson. And Jason Adams, was in charge of apparently speaking on behalf of all 5 players. And he called it a, quote, faith-based decision. Ultimately, we want them to know they are welcomed and loved here. But when we put it on our bodies, I think a lot of guys decided it's just not a lifestyle that maybe, not that I'm looking down on anyone, it just maybe we don't want to encourage it if we believe in Jesus. It's not being judgmental. It's not looking down. It's just a lifestyle that Jesus did not encourage us to live. And
which is,
I'm sort of torn on this because my wife was the first person to be like, yeah,
well,
if anyone is religious,
which is
Jesus sort of like wanted you to love and welcome everyone.
Yeah,
and
you know
exactly.
And like
I agree with that.
what type of Neanderthal jerk off would want to single themselves out and be like, I'm not wearing the gay patch.
The people that
maniacs.
the people that go based off an interpretation of a book that's thousands of years old.
It's wild to me.
And it's like people that are, it's honestly, it's like the people that are interpreting the Constitution like it's 1776. Or no, 1780.
1776. 89, I don't know.
No, I thought that was the Declaration of Independence. 1789.
I wonder what it's like in 1776.
Whenever the Constitution was created. It's like those people that think it's, you have to take up, there's a militia because there's no formulated army. It's the same people that interpret the Bible in such a way that it's, 300 AD.
Yeah. Not that, as Andrew pointed out, not that I'm looking down on anyone, but a God is. And I'm not wearing the patch.
I accept everyone, but I don't accept everyone.
Listen,
That's the irony and that's the hypocrisy of it.
And the thing is that, listen,
I don't get that.
Here's the update, guys. I'm not gay. No more. I like women. No, I'm not gay. But much like you and you've grown up with.
But your boyfriend.
You know how I know I'm
you've
not
grown.
gay?
You've grown up with.
Do you want to know how I know I'm not gay?
How do you know you're not gay?
Because of this. Because I enjoyed this way.
Well, maybe you're a lesbian.
Maybe I'm a lesbian. So I love
My
women.
goodness.
Maybe I'm a lesbian.
Well, we all have coworkers or friends or family or someone that is gay. Now, here's the wild part. Wearing, you may say, I don't want to wear this corny patch. You may not want to wear any patch for any organization. You might be like,
I feel like Rainbow Bright.
you might be like Pride or I don't know, whatever night it is at the stadium or whatever. Some old timer they have a patch on my sleeve. You may not want to wear any of this. My point is,
I was jealous. I didn't have I couldn't get a Pride Cup this weekend. I wanted one.
My point is, why in 2022 would you be the resistor of a silly patch on a jersey and then blame Jesus? So I don't feel bad for the people.
There's a lot of religious people out there. You can also look at it
but I don't
this
feel
way.
bad. I don't
I'm
feel
not
bad.
defending this guy. But
I don't feel bad for the people.
It takes a brave person to stand by their faith.
Brave?
Yeah, that's a very unpopular decision that they made. Yeah, but they put that much faith. It's crazy the amount of faith they put in the Bible.
It's absurd.
Where that's their religion.
It's silly talk.
Yeah, but
the fact that listen,
I'm sure these guys felt awkward about it.
Listen,
but they stood their ground. I'm just giving you the flip side.
I'm telling you that these five guys hiding behind Jesus wouldn't approve of this. At first my first thought, I'll be honest, my first initial thought was
you're downplaying how strong people's faith in Jesus and in the Bible are.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion and their own stance. And
it is a brave in today's culture.
LOL,
I know
brave.
it's more
Yeah.
brave.
He's like a soldier, Covino.
And I respect
It's like a fireman.
Okay, maybe brave isn't, but it's called having a strong belief and faith in what you think.
Yeah, I totally,
even despite the unpopular opinion and backlash you're going to get.
Yeah,
if you're knowing you're going to get that backlash, then what is that decision? You tell me.
Foolish. I totally respect their.
Okay.
They have the right to do that just as much as an organization has the right to be like, we want to celebrate Pride. But if that's not for them, great. But doing it under the guise of we accept everyone, but we don't, essentially is what they're saying.
That's the point.
That's the hypocrisy is weird. Yeah, I hate
it's
that.
one thing to be like, my beliefs.
I agree with EJ. Why don't they just say, I don't like gay people and stop hiding behind this fucking Jesus statement they made? Just say, I don't like gay people.
Or just say, I choose not to celebrate Pride because that's against my beliefs. End it there. Don't add this line of bullshit where we accept all people, because you don't. Sorry. Clearly.
My point spot, what I was going to say.
You see this right here as a sin. And if you're going to see this as a sin, I don't want you to fucking say you accept it. That's the hypocrisy.
But in this conversation, I really do feel you're downplaying, the strong faith that people have in their religion. People don't eat fucking fish because of whatever their stance is. Don't eat certain meats.
They don't eat fish?
I'm just making shit up. I'm just saying.
Don't they eat fish?
They don't eat meat.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So
who doesn't eat meat?
You're downplaying the
girls
faith
kissing on the camp
that people have in their religion. True. So it's not like a surprise. There's a lot of religious people out there. And there's a lot of people. Here's my point that I was making before. You know how many people wanted to be maybe with those five, but didn't do it because of the backlash? Probably a lot. Because there's a lot of people with strong faith.
Faith or ignorance? or
that's your opinion, bro. They think you're ignorant. That's your opinion.
I completely agree. They're entitled to their opinion,
but their opinions
don't force it on
that's
others.
your
filled with hate, though.
I see the hypocrisy just like anyone else.
But no, much like you don't want their opinion forced on you. I don't want them to tell me about Jesus. I don't feel like I should have to force my opinion on them. This, while should be accepted, is somewhat of an opinion and a controversial thing. So if they don't feel like doing it, that's on them to decide that, even though they work for an organization and should technically do what the organization says. That's another whole other story. I hate to tell you,
there's more than 5 people. There's more than 5 people that wish they had the option.
It's your fucking uniform. Sorry. I do feel like you have one opinion, you have another opinion. So that's another hypocrisy. This discussion is a hypocrisy because why are some people allowed to do things and some people aren't?
Was it nice to see kids at the stadium rocking jerseys? They handed out jerseys with rainbow.
If you bought the package.
On the back, if you bought the package. Is it nice to see people not giving a shit and just supporting? And yeah, of course. But to force that on other people is another conversation that you just don't seem
there's so
open
much
to at all.
I'm just saying there's so much. Think of all the ups and downs and drama and crazy shit you go through in your day-to-day life.
Yeah, but you're a guy that puts zero value in religion at all.
Organized religion? Yes, because...
Yeah, but you also... whatever. I'm just saying,
Would you have wore the patch?
I would have worn, but that's not... But you're dismissing their, again, religion. Why do we have to bend over backwards for everybody else's religion? But when it comes to this, you have to not... You don't care? It's hard to put into words.
Yeah, but you're forgetting one key aspect of this. The one key aspect of it is the one person's beliefs are the one person's beliefs are sort of looking down and being sort of rude to the gay community. Where listen, it's a patch.
But what they're saying too though is, hey, look, I really don't care if you're gay, but it's not something I practice and I believe in or I want for my family, right? So I could see that, like, yeah, I don't care if this guy's gay. I don't. What does it matter? It doesn't matter to me if this guy's gay. Is he happy? He's a good guy? Whatever. But they're saying, well, I don't want that for me. So, yeah, I can't. It's against my religion.
It's against his religion to be what? Gay?
It's in the Bible that they worship. Again, I don't put that much value in the Bible. You don't put zero value in it.
I have a question.
So you're like completely dismissing their opinion. Is the hypocrisy strong? Hypocrisy's crazy strong. I get it. But to completely dismiss someone's faith is
I'm not going out.
When you make exceptions for everyone else's
if you want real talk, I'm not going out. I'm not going out and buying a pride shirt to wear on my own time. Hey, I'll support all the gay people I know, but I'm not willingly and on my own option.
I think I'm going to go to Target
buying like a pride shirt. But if I was in an organization where they're like, hey, it's Pride Day. Hey, you want to wear this bracelet or ribbon or a patch on your shirt today to support your gay community? I would say, sure.
Brett says Rich has common sense. Yes, it's very common sense to be like, who gives a fuck? It's just a patch. But it's also common sense to say, yeah, if you believe in God,
I have a question.
Fucking God. There's no
Was
point.
this a
God. But there's a lot of people that do believe in God.
Was this a one-day
thing? So who
thing?
are you to downplay whatever they believe in?
Was this a one-day thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
I
is
think,
it like
right?
an ongoing
Over the weekend, it might have been Pride Night at the stadium.
If it was one night, I would say, then you don't have to play tonight. I know that's a preposterous statement. I know it is. But just say
they didn't agree.
If you don't want to participate, don't participate at all.
Just giving you
people are making great points
and take a pay cut.
I again to show you. I'm just using sense. I'm not going to march in a pride parade. I'm not going to voluntarily wear a shirt. What I'm saying,
right? Like you're coming from an agnostic sort of standpoint almost. People base their lifestyles around their religion and their faith. So
I hope all 5 of those guys
shocked, and then for you to be like, well, why don't you just do what we say? Like, yeah, that's not how I was raised.
This guy won't wear a ribbon.
Who? Who doesn't want to wear the ribbon? So, what's it going to be? Are you going to wear the ribbon? No, never. But I'm wearing the ribbon. He's wearing the ribbon. We are all wearing the ribbon. So why aren't you going to wear the ribbon?
This is America. I don't have to wear anything I don't want to wear.
But are we going to do with him? I guess we're just going to have to teach him to wear the ribbon.
This is the Rays locker room.
Now, what about what JC says? He has a strong faith that you do not live by. He says, as a Christian, I could love individual people and not agree with their lifestyles, beliefs, etc. Also, as a Christian, I still sin and fall short every day.
Would JC not wear a patch?
Probably not, because it's against his religion.
So JC looks down upon gay people. Like JC would look at our listener, Sean in Jersey, and be like, I look down on
words
you.
that they didn't even use. They said straight up, we're not looking down. It's just against our beliefs. I could see it. And by the way, that guy was on our show years ago. The guy who says he won't wear the ribbon. I forget his name, but he was on our show.
Who?
The guy in the clip you just played, which is hilarious. The guy
The
who says
ribbon clip.
he won't wear the ribbon.
He won't wear the ribbon.
That guy was on our show.
Yeah.
Years and years ago.
I'm just, I don't know. I'm perplexed by this because, again, I'm not the guy waving rainbow flags and going out to parades and everything. I'm just saying.
I want to tell Bill Jackson, you don't have to tell me anything. I would have worn the patch. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care that
That's
much.
my point.
But I'm not going to
There's plenty of people
who have a stronger faith than me and live by the
Faith
Bible.
in what?
Bro, I don't know what to tell you. You're a guy with zero faith.
There's plenty of people that there's plenty of people that are religious that accept the gay community because they have friends and family that are gay.
Which is the hypocrisy that everybody sees.
Spot considers himself the religious guy that would wear the patch.
I was raised Catholic. I believe in God.
In fact,
you think all the people in your family, yeah, sure. I fucking, yeah, you think everybody?
In fact, if you ask me, I think Spot having the little rainbow logo all week or so is a bit much.
Really? I disagree with you.
Less. Yeah,
But what I'm saying, is
showing pride for my friends.
I'm not going to parades and wearing shirts. But if I was at work and it was, hey, if SiriusXM said today we're celebrating Gay Pride Day, everyone at the office.
Pride. It's not. It's not just gay pride anymore. It's just pride.
You wear a bracelet or a patch or rainbow up your logo for the day or something, I would say, sure. Is it supporting people that feel like for years they've been, done wrong? Certainly, right? You would do that for any quote minority group, right? I don't think being a religious person and having faith in God means that you can't support the gay community. My wife is the number one person that loves to argue these things. Like, where in the Bible does it say gay is wrong? Like, Sarah's whole family is like
completely one-sided.
Doesn't it say a man shouldn't lay with another man? Isn't that the whole thing within the Bible?
I don't know. There's like logic. Yeah, but there's arguments against that phrasing.
And again, to take the Bible literally, I also think is silly. But
you mean a fairy tale that was written thousands of years ago?
See again, fairy tale.
It's not a fairy tale.
This is why you're one-sided. Like you're not even having a fair discussion.
You think a man turns on? You think someone turns to stone?
You're not having a fair discussion.
You
a
think
lot
a
of people
snake
think
talk to someone?
It was people on
symbolism,
shrooms.
Rich.
It's either symbolism, shrooms, misinterpretations. But still, people put value in that. You're dismissing a large number of people. That 5 is a lot more than 5. That's why I use the word courage or brave, because there's a lot more people that probably felt the same way that just chose to go with the flow.
I just feel like.
But you're very dismissive on other people's faith.
But if their faith leads to hate,
no, I don't think there's hate, dude. I really don't.
I
think that it might come across that way. Sometimes it's hate.
These people think gay people are going to hell. How is that not hate?
I think there's hate
answer that.
there. But not everybody. Not with everyone.
I'm going to try. I'm going to try and make an analogy.
Spot. Hold on. What did the people that
bro, you're one-sided, bro? One-sided.
Then answer the question.
It's hard to have the conversation with you. Like you put zero value in faith and religion.
It's the equivalent of me saying, no, it's not. But I'm going to try and say this, of me saying I'm proud of my culture, but acknowledging what other cultures go through and their struggle and what they've been through and what they deal with. And celebrating their culture. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think it's just like that. I don't want to say the word race, but that's what I'm kind of talking about. So now we're talking about sexual orientation, which is also stigmatized, and it should be the same way. I appreciate my beliefs, but I also appreciate the beliefs and struggles of others and what they've gone through. And it's taken me a while to get here. But I do believe that. It's a rewiring of your thinking. And I think everyone just needs to step back and realize that what does it matter what other people do? That's the whole That's the whole point here.
Yeah.
What does it matter what other people do?
I've never even read the whole
Do
Bible.
you support other people in what they do? And the world will be a better place.
And every person.
Why can't someone have their own?
2024.
But at the same time, why can't someone have their own beliefs?
Spot
Why can't you
2024.
support the beliefs of
That's what
someone
I'm
else
saying.
then? And we bend backwards for everyone else's beliefs.
That's what I'm saying.
So then why can't everyone just do what they want?
But do your beliefs? If your beliefs hurt or look down on someone else, then they're sort of like weak beliefs.
Like as a
But
Catholic,
what are they doing to hurt anybody? Are they throwing stones at people? I just
You
think
think the
they
gay
just, I don't wanna
community
support that.
you think the gay community's been perfectly supported over the last 100 years?
Who cares what they think? You need their support if they don't want to support you.
like I was raised a Catholic, and we know how Catholics feel about certain things. But I believe out of Catholicism, I'm not cherry picking my beliefs, but I think I pulled a sense of faith, a sense of tradition, a sense of like structure, but have since been able to adapt it to reality and present day. So doing that, I think, is what a lot of people need to do. Not live in the past of something that was, don't take it at face value from thousands of years ago. Adapt it to everyday life. Everything's constantly changing. Sorry, that's how I feel.
It is an ever-changing world that you need to adapt to. So holding on to old beliefs holding on to them this strong could be detrimental. And, it's a sticky situation, but you can't, again, like Kramer said, this is America. You can't force me to wear some shit that I don't want to, what about what I believe in? I'm saying the collective I. What about what I believe in? Why do I got to believe what you believe in? I believe in that.
Aren't you? But not worrying. But the five Tampa Bay Rays, not the five. Well, who would your five Rays be? Ray Romano, Ray
Liotta, of course. Rest in peace.
Ray Charles.
Ray
Romano, Ray Charles, Ray Liotta. Not many Rays. But the five Devil Rays, Tampa Bay Rays that did this,
Ray the Devil Man who hit me up
are pretty much being like, hey, everybody, just so you know, we're the homophobes here on the team. That's what you're saying.
I'm not saying shit, dude. I don't care about what they do. I think it's their choice.
Ray Bradbury, author of Fahrenheit 451. Don't forget him.
Yeah.
Ray J.
Yeah, but why would you advertise your homophobia?
No, they're advertising that they have a faith in a religion that you don't give a fuck about, bro. That's really it. And you couldn't have made it more clear that you don't give a fuck about other people's beliefs. You're just so one-sided that's the belief that we care about.
But their belief,
that's their belief.
If their belief is to say that person,
why are you trying to change their belief?
Because if their belief is
get over it,
their belief,
they don't want to believe what you believe.
But
who cares?
You don't see a positive and negative belief?
No. Are they bothering you?
Yes, they all. What are you on your drugs?
These guys, you didn't even fucking know they were a thing.
As long as
they're bothering you. How?
As long as they're not.
What's up your ass about?
As long as they're not chaining the doors of a church when two men try to go get married. They're
right.
Yeah, but these are the people that want to. These are the people that want to vote against these things.
Who are just very religious. You don't know that.
Not necessarily. Maybe they don't. Maybe they just believe the way they believe.
That's like trying to change someone's political affiliation just because you don't agree with them. It's like they're gonna believe what they want. Yeah. Like why are you so upset?
That's
by it?
Unfair. Do I agree with what they believe? No, but it's unfair for you to say that their beliefs aren't valid.
That's what Rich is saying. That's what the world is saying. I'm gonna take the unpopular opinion and saying, I don't agree with them, but they're allowed to think what they want.
Yeah, I completely.
But
agree.
why? How does this guy not see that?
When flat earthers exist, what's up, David Castillo? When flat earthers exist, and people can believe anything they want.
Why are you trying to change? Put yourself in their shoes for a minute and think of some fucking lame, corny Christian shoe. Go ahead.
Oh, a Sunday pair of loafers?
So wait, I was raised to believe this.
Black ice church shoes?
I have no problem with you and your life decisions, but don't try to push your ideals on me. Why is it okay to want to change their way of thinking?
But these are the same people, to back up what Jason said, these are the same people that would refuse to bake a cake for a gay wedding.
And they have the right to do that.
But you think that's a good person?
Because what? There's one bakery in the entire world?
No, but you think that's a good person. Like, that's a good quality you'd want to have. Like, I look down upon other people. If
But
the
we bend
belief
back-
you have...
but as a country, you bend over backwards for everyone else's beliefs.
If the belief
That
you
makes
have...
sense?
If the belief you have...
What's good for the goose is good for the game.
But what are you not realizing about the negativity?
I'm realizing everything. I don't think you're realizing shit.
All right.
You're very one-sided on this.
What negative?
Completely one-sided.
All right.
It's
Being so
you're not
religious-
even like you're not. You can't even have this conversation with you because you have zero faith. So it's like, yeah, it makes no sense to you because you have zero connection to religion. Like you don't give a diddly fuck about that stuff. So having this conversation with you is really like pointless because it's very one-sided.
If someone's belief...
That's not what the religion is based on, bro. It's not like, this is what I believe. My religion is based on I hate the gays. It's not what the religion is based on.
Oh, it's not?
No, but that's what you're trying to portray here, which is like
All right.
more unfair than anything.
If a belief, if a religious belief is telling you that those people are going to hell and they're what they're doing is they're sinning and they're bad, that is negative.
I think there's a lot of people
What
who
is-
pick and choose what they want to
Hold
believe
on.
from that religion.
But I'm telling you, if
But
a
I don't
belief...
think there's a lot of Christians, they don't believe every single thing. Dude, you know,
Everyone's
I'm
hypocrite.
Catholic. I pick and choose kind of what I want to believe. I think that's a lot of people.
you think-
Not everyone goes word for word with all this shit.
If you don't go word for word then why would you choose to like not
Word
support
for
someone?
word.
I don't know, dude. Why do you choose to not have any sort of belief? Like, what's your belief? I believe in the gays. Like, all of a sudden, like you're only
No, but-
one-sided.
but there's no harming anyone in saying, "Hey, I support these people," even though I'm not gay
And I'm
or
with
don't.
you on that, dude.
All right.
I wouldn't really care that much. You know, I don't
know what you're
how
not
can I-
seeing. What I'm saying
because
is,
you're not seeing the full picture.
all right,
at all.
option A.
I am. I'm giving you both sides.
Option A. I'm not gay, but
Tell more.
I'll wear a ribbon or a patch to support these people because even though I'm not doing what you do, hey, to each his own with provolone, live your life, be happy. I don't look down on you.
Then
Option
we
B,
saw that this
option
weekend.
B, a book I read that's thousands of years old told me that you're going to hell and I look down on you.
You really think you're going to change the
But why
way
would you
the
think
world
option
works?
B sounds
The
like that's
most
logical,
powerful
good feelings?
book of all time. The most famous man that walked this earth ever, Jesus, Rich Davis, is going to make sense of all this right now. Why would we put so much faith into
I
a book?
understand what you're
It's not a
saying.
fucking Dr. Seuss book. We're talking about the Bible here.
I understand
And there's
what
a
you're
lot of
saying.
people, not just five. There's a lot of people that feel that way.
Rich.
So I think you guys are being foolish to downplay a fucking religion. Is it outdated? Yeah, it's way outdated. But like,
There's countries that
people torn
consider
on
being
it.
gay a
I
crime.
understand what you're saying, Rich.
What I'm saying
Like,
is,
at
it's like
face
being just a good
value-
person. Like,
At face value, there is kind of a right and a wrong, but in society, it's a lot of gray. There is no right and wrong. People are passionate about both sides. Doesn't make them right. Doesn't make them wrong. Everybody has.
and
their
everybody
beliefs.
sees the hypocrisy. So you're going to tell
Like,
me a lot of these Bible thumpers don't have
conventionally-
gay people in their family? Of course they do.
Conventionally, are you
I
right?
hope all five.
Yes!
I hope all five of those
Of course.
Rays players end up having gay children, and then they'll have to face, reality head first, head on, and what are they going to hate their kid?
I hope you have gay children. I mean, what is that? It's like, what do you want to hear from that?
It is what it is.
No,
man.
but I'm
It is
saying
what
like
it
maybe
is.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. You keep saying this faith thing.
Yeah, it's a big thing, bro.
No, but what I'm saying
It's
is,
not some
I'm
shit
just talking
it's
about
not
just
some shit I made up.
But I'm just talking about just being a good person. Like,
I believe what I read.
like Archie, right? Archie's gay.
I would say Archie would probably say, I don't need their support.
Yeah, but hold on.
like that.
But hold on,
I
Archie.
don't need their support.
Our old associate producer Archie is gay, right?
I
now,
love Archie.
if
And who
Archie
doesn't?
were to be like, guys, I'm doing some event. Hey, yeah, Archie, of course, I support you, and he's a grown ass man. He's a gay man, and there are people that are like, that guy,
he is a beautiful gay man.
He's going to hell.
Have you seen his
he's
photos?
He's
Jesus.
sinning and going to hell,
Come
and he's
on, bro.
bad.
Is that what those Rays players were saying? That's not what they were saying.
They don't want to encourage that lifestyle.
Because that's not what they believe in. So why would Archie want their support anyway? They get enough support from a lot of people.
Okay.
Archie is it.
In this case, there is a right and wrong. Treating people with kindness should always be the right answer over treating people with prejudice.
I'll just play devil's advocate here. You can't treat someone kind. you have to be on their fucking team? You have to believe what they believe? Answer that question. You can't be kind to Archie, but you have to believe what he believes?
I mean,
Do you want to call Archie?
I'm not.
But you can't do that?
Do you want to call
I'm not a homosexual
I'll straight
man,
up tell
but
you
I
I
don't
can do that.
All right.
You want to call Archie?
No. What do we, for his gay perspective on this? Like, what is that? That means nothing.
I'm sure he said, I don't, these five idiots, I don't need their support.
Did you say that means
Who
nothing?
gives a shit?
If anything, we could be better insight.
Nah, it's all good.
Two calls. Do you want
Yeah, sure. Take the call.
I mean, you've sent up the Jason and Tampa signal, so we'll get to him next. Caleb.
Yo, what's up, Caleb?
Dribble.
Dibble. I always think it's dribble.
Hey, guys.
What's up, Caleb?
I'm gonna try and be like short and concise. Okay.
Please.
So Rich has his point, and Covino, you've 100% got your point, and I kind of, I mean, there's a middle ground that we need to look at.
But it's harder for me because
People
I'm not
that have
Mr.
these
I'm not Captain Religious guy.
followings, right? Some of them think that drinking alcohol, watching porn, having sex outside of marriage, being gay, any of those things are
using
sins,
condoms,
and they have conviction of that. We have to respect them just as much as we respect the person that doesn't even believe God exists. So there are those, extremes, right? But those people that have that conviction, that's their inner, conscience that they have to deal with. And they just because they have that conviction about gay being wrong doesn't mean that they're bad people and doesn't mean that they hate gay people. There's no hate there. It's just that they don't think that is the way that God intended life to be. So, there you can do abortion, you can do gun rights, you can do anything. People have these convictions and they stand behind them. And that's what we have to do. We have to accept everyone. We can't just pick and choose who we accept their convictions of either. We can't, you can't have the standpoint that Rich has and at the same time not accept these people that have these convictions.
I mean, that's kind of how I feel about it. Like, Brett Maxwell saying, well, those people are wrong.
Thanks, kid.
I mean, but who cares? Let them think what they want. You're not going to change their belief.
Sarah hit me up. She said, I will absolutely argue how the verses used for anti-gay excuses are completely misinterpreted and twisted to meet their own hate. It's disgusting. I hate how people hide behind religion for their own prejudices when Jesus would probably be the guy standing with the gays and calling out hypocrites for hate.
That's the hypocrisy of religion and God loves everyone. But that's not breaking the glass. We've known that forever.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Again, it's very difficult for me to speak on the flip side of this argument because Rich is very one-sided, and I'm not one-sided enough on the religious side of things to have a really great conversation. I'm just saying, how could you just dismiss people's faith? I don't agree with that either.
Jason in Tampa. Jason, do you think you can keep it as concise as Caleb did?
Oh my gosh, man! Seriously, y'all?
What's up?
Yo,
buddy?
that's rude.
Yo, God, man.
Rude.
No,
How about a hello? How about a Jason? Happy Monday, bro.
Do we not acknowledge that Jason is a little bit long-winded in every call he has? Come on.
I love Jason. I love Jason.
Okay, all right. I mean, I thought I was one of y'all's favorite caller. I mean, now, not so much. Where's the love?
Spot's rude to everyone that supports us.
You're a little long-winded.
Speaking of hypocrisy, we ask people to call.
Long-winded.
We ask people to call, and then Spot's rude when they call.
No, but Jason
always
calls and is a little long-winded.
Okay.
But please.
I mean, look, I got a lot to say.
Please
I got a lot to say, and usually, not this particular time, but I got a lot to say usually. So anyways, here's the thing. So my perspective is I try to live life from the mindset of your right to swing your fist stops at my face, right? And so you have every right to think what you want to think, believe what you want to believe until your thoughts and beliefs start affecting me personally or the people who I really care about. That's where I have a problem.
That's
okay.
Cool.
And so Yeah, and that's how I try to live my life, you know, and I hope that everybody else would try to live their life the same, you know, because all of the freedoms and stuff like that we have here in this country. So, you know, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. Sarah, she sat here and she made my a good amount of my points, and so did Caleb. But I just, you know, like I said, your right to swing your fist stops at my face.
I swear to God, you know what I thought he said first?
Very concise.
Swing
Thank you,
your
Jason.
fish.
Great call. Great call.
Swing your fish.
Swinging your fish.
Great call. More like that.
Yeah. Hey, Jason, thanks for the call. I
was a good call.
appreciate that. Yeah. I agree with everything he said, but I don't think it's a one-sided conversation. I just don't. I don't. This is America.
I love Jason, by the way.
You know,
This is America.
Kramer had a point.
Kramer.
Can I play that again?
Yeah, dude. Why? Hold on, bro. There's a lot of religions, and we as a country bend over backwards for every other religion. If this is what people want to have a strong faith in, and the religion is not based on let's hate the gays, then let them think what they want, because you don't want them on your side anyway.
Who doesn't want to wear the ribbon? So, what's it going to be? Are you going to wear the ribbon? No, never. But I'm wearing the ribbon. He's wearing the ribbon. We are all wearing the ribbon. So why aren't you going to wear the ribbon? This is America. I don't have to wear anything I don't want to wear. What are we going to do with it?
They should play this in the Rays clubhouse. Just for fun.
This is the Rays clubhouse.
Well, listen, I think it's wild because I'm coming from the perspective of I'm not the guy that would probably go to an event or a parade or something like that. I'd be like, hey, listen, I support my gay friends, but I'm going to sit this one out. But I can't imagine being a player in a major league sport and just being the guy that's like, I can't. Like, come on. I don't know. It's a big story. But the clubhouse is sort of split on it, but they're saying that they're not going to let it affect them. A lot of players came out saying, wearing a stupid ribbon on my shirt to support a community. Why would I not do that? And I wonder if the other players, you see, if one of the 5 players was like a star player, I wonder how that would impact it differently.
You mean brown star player?
Brown star player.
Stop it.
I mean,
They're having a, yeah. Well, yeah, that's the fun of it. We're allowed to disagree and have a good conversation. And if you get offended on either side,
it's not a good. You should have someone who has a strong faith in the Bible. I have a strong faith in God. I don't really put much into the Bible.
There's a difference between having a faith in God and having some type of faith and a book. It's different. You could have different layers. No one could define what your beliefs are.
No one could define what you should be believing.
Yeah, exactly. But if your beliefs are negative, though,
but are they on the wrong side of history? Yes, but that's not for you to decide. You're not God.
If Hindus don't eat cows, right?
Yeah, but how does that affect you?
Yeah, but do you think
how does that affect you?
Other people that eat cows?
But how does that affect you?
But that's their religion. How does that affect you?
If these people,
let them believe what they want. Are they doing anything to harm gay people? That's the difference. I come from very religious people, and I'm sure there was gay people in my family. I'm sure they didn't give we love him, but I don't agree with his lifestyle. Why is that so foreign to you?
The only thing,
I have religious relatives, and I probably have gay relatives, right? In fact, I have gay relatives. And I'm sure they're like, I don't agree with their lifestyle.
Do your religious relatives say that they're going to hell?
Why does it always have to go to that?
Because that's what it comes down to.
Because not everyone is so literal about everything.
You know what's funny?
I'm sure they were like, I don't agree with his lifestyle, but we love him. He's our family member. So how could you not see that?
What does he think is going to happen to him?
By the way, if I'm gay and I'm Jewish, it's impossible because I don't believe in hell. So now what?
It gets complicated.
Two things. I just want to sum it up for 2 things that I think are wrong.
Oh, and then I have a good relationship question, so we'll move on.
I think it's very hypocritical to, in one breath, say, I believe in Jesus and all people, and I support all people, but I don't want to support you. And 2, I think it's very hypocritical based on previous events that if they want to play for this team, it's the organization's decision to have this pride celebration. You either go align with your company or you stay home that day.
Yeah, I want to know how you feel about the Tampa Bay Rays. Do you think they were in the right for making it optional?
Making it optional, I think it put them in a sticky situation.
I think they did the right thing, to be honest. How you force people to do things they don't want to do?
I'm just saying, it's like, if it's a company-wide initiative, then you either align with the company or you suffer the
I
consequences.
just can't see what's wrong with supporting someone. That's all. Let's move on.
Because you're putting zero value in someone's religion.
Yes.
Are they hurting
it's
anybody?
so evident and blatant.
Are they hurting anybody?
Are they hurting? Are
the gays hurting anyone by being
but
gay?
I'm sure there's a lot of people like, yeah, I don't care. I just don't agree with
referring
it.
to them as the gays.
Are any gay people hurting anyone just for being gay?
No.
I mean, that guy
And
likes
I'm
penises,
sure they
man.
love their
He's really
family-
hurting me.
And I'm sure they love their family members that are gay.
I love penis.
They just don't agree with the lifestyle.
My own penis.
Man.
It's beautiful.
And apparently, if you're watching the new season of The
Veiny.
Boys, there's a lot of penis. I haven't watched.
Yeah, I'm good on
Veiny.
that.
Got a good solid vein.
That's a trend I really could have done without, to be honest. I don't need to normalize the penis.
There's a lot of penis on TV.
There's like way too much.
There's way too much
They
penis.
can't
on
even
TV.
watch a show with your family members. You might see a fucking cock.
Honestly, I think I see less penis in porn now.
Are we trying to normalize the cock? What's going on here?
More
I
penis,
mean, I have one. I can tell you. I don't.
What happened to the-
It doesn't need to be normalized.
There's more porn. There's more streaming penis on Amazon, Hulu,
Yeah.
and Netflix than there is on
What happened to
Pornhub.
like strategically like hiding it behind a vase or like a lamp?
Hey,
Yeah, that's
hey,
way
listen. Agree
better.
to disagree. Good conversation. You're allowed to have a conversation.
I
You're allowed
thought-
to have a debate and talk it out and be like, hey, listen, we disagree. It was a fun. I thought it was a good conversation. I thought it was insightful and some good points were made on all sides.
I think it's
Why
unfair.
can't that
I
be
think
it?
It's a completely unfair conversation.
Why can't that
Because
be-
automatically these guys are hateful and they're going to hell and it's like no one said any of that.
Much
They
like
s-
society,
They said God. They said God will look down upon it.
He will smite thee.
He will smite thee.
Their religion.
So
And they're
that's
strong-
going
they
to
have
hell.
strong faith in their religion.
All right.
Do you want someone's support? Hey, do you want their support? Anyway, think about that.
No, you're right. Then you could
I
go
know.
to like. All right. Well then.
As a guy who runs a Patreon, I don't want your support if you're a jerk off. I don't. I'd rather say, hey, keep the $5. If you're a total jerk off, keep the $5. I don't need your support. I don't want it.
I'll take their $5.
No, I
support.
don't. I don't need your support.
I'll take their
You
support.
think Archie
There's a couple
and
people I
gay
love to.
people that
There's
we
a couple
love and
people
gay
I love
family
to tell
members,
them.
You think they want the support of some guy who really doesn't really support them anyway? No. So let them do what they want, and they have the right to. Like, why does everyone has to? I don't like the whole feeling of you have to fucking do what everybody says. That's not cool to me. It's not. Believe what you want, but don't be hurtful.
Well, yeah, being hurtful is where it goes wrong. That's all. And there was nothing hurtful in what they said other than like, it just, I don't know, whatever. We're not gonna agree on it because I guess what's another word than hiding then?
I don't necessarily
going
disagree.
behind.
I would have worn the patch. I don't care.
No, but I'm saying if you don't want to use the word hiding, then what is it behind their religion? They're using their religion as their excuse, their reason.
I don't have enough knowledge in the Bible to answer those questions.
No, but when someone goes, yeah, I
have
some
a
guys
copy
like
of the
I feel so strongly against gay people that I won't wear this patch. They're using their religion as a scapegoat, as a
that's pretty good. Yeah.
I mean,
As a they're hiding behind it. I don't know.
But I support the Yankees forcing players to shave. Yeah. Professional. If I'm going to pay you.
Yeah.
Shave.
It's part of the organization.
If I'm going to pay you.
Like I said,
come look presentable.
I mean, it should be optional because that's kind of the message of pride almost. Like, you have your beliefs, you believe what you want. But here it's the issue of them speaking out of both sides of their mouth, which I just think is
You know who gay people need the support from? Their family. Right? And if these strangers, I think so.
And neighbors and coworkers and friends and everyone, not just their family.
My kid, but I'm saying
Society
think
as a
that
whole.
if my kid's gay,
I mean, yes,
they need me to love them.
Primarily,
I don't think
yes.
they need the fucking guy from the Rays to care that much about them.
But primarily, yes. But beyond that, there should be acceptance from all of society because it makes it for a comfortable,
Then eliminate religions.
You don't want to feel
Can
bad.
you do that? You know how many millions of people, millions and millions of people in the world practice
around the world
Christianity? You're going to change that by rocking a patch? I don't think so.
What do you mean?
There's millions of people that believe this all over the world.
But you can say that about anything. Then we shouldn't have parades, wear patches, do anything for any cause or any minority group or anything.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're not going to change their mind.
According to demographics,
yes,
in the most simplest form, 80% of the world is heterosexual. It's interesting.
Interesting.
Right?
Can we wrap it up with one more glimpse at the big screen at Dodger Stadium?
Yeah, real quick, can we take another phone call?
Yeah, sure.
Lisa Parage.
Oh, Lisa Paraggio.
I'm trying to call all morning.
Hey, Lisa.
Hi, guys.
Hey, what's up?
Hi.
Hi, Lisa Paraggio.
Hi, guys.
What
Can
up?
you hear me okay?
We could hear you. What's going on?
Okay. So the Pride movement was originally because of a raid in New York City where they actually killed the people, and then in the early 70s, they started the Pride movement. So to me, Pride is to stop people from being tormented because they are gay or, anything in that realm. And people are misunderstanding the whole point of Pride. And it became all these parades and everything. This isn't a new thing. So when people are agitated, they need to remember things like the Trevor Project and, young people who actually commit suicide. And it's not just bullying that leads to suicide. It's sometimes our children's age and, some people's grandchildren and people who are afraid to tell people that they might be gay or they might be trans or something, and they're walking among us and they're afraid and they're scared and they're homeless. Some people leave their, I'm getting upset. Some people leave their families over this. Mm-hmm. And somebody refusing to wear a rainbow on their clothing for maybe a week at work or on their uniform, it's just so... It's okay. You don't want to, and that's fine. You don't have to. But it could be the question of, okay, so now you blatantly don't support my right to maybe not be bullied or ostracized or kicked out of my home or my fear of being just who I am, because maybe that's just who I am. And we've lost our children over this.
It's a great point.
Yeah, Lisa, her first call, and you know what? A great one at that, Lisa.
That was good.
Welcome.
Great call.
I expect to see you hear more of you.
Lisa Paraggio.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, and by the way, you got the perfect treatment. Spot hung up
so
on
I
you.
hung up on you. I cut you short.
Yeah.
I'm sure you were going to say something great.
I bet you that's a great way to pose that question to these players who made that choice. So do you not support
let's say your niece or
rights to
nephew
not
or
be
your
bullied,
neighbor,
and tortured and tormented? They would probably say, yeah, we wouldn't want to see you tormented and tortured. That's not fair.
Statistically speaking, so let's say 80%, and I'm sure it's different U.S. demographics. That was the worldwide demographics. Statistically speaking, these guys are playing with people of somewhere along this spectrum. Statistically speaking.
Sarah.
So they need to be supportive of their fellow.
By the way, it just got extremely hot in here.
It did. Did you notice that?
Oh my God, what happened?
Seriously, really hot in here.
Did you notice? Is the heat on in the house?
Maybe it's the devil. Something's going on.
Yeah,
Maybe
he's
you're
coming
too
after
much
you.
gay talk.
You know what? You are approaching menopause age.
Yo, for real.
The,
it got steamy in this studio for a
That
minute.
caller, Lisa, made such great points. That's from Sarah. She said, "Imagine a little gay kid
There's
who idolizes baseball players, and he's like, man, now I know those guys
by the way,
they don't got my back.
7.1% of the U.S. is LGBT.
I'm sorry,
It's
what?
It's a small percentage.
Seven? Oh, yeah.
Roughly
that makes about sense.
7%.
Yeah, but if you look at mainstream media, you would think it was 70%, which is also, a little strange.
It is.
Just calling it what it is.
I mean, you could say the same about other things. It's like you do want to uplift minorities who feel like they're alone. But I get it.
Hey, good conversation, buddy. Good one.
I think the devil's in this.
so hot in here.
Did it get really sunny or something?
Yo,
I don't know, but I am
hot.
sweating. The second you said it,
I got bat wings.
I felt.
I felt my body become overwhelmed with heat.
I did the same thing. Something. You know how sometimes a ghost comes in a room and gets really cold.
Yo,
the devil came in here. And got hot.
Spot just nailed it.
Hey, Spot, play my favorite song on Stranger Things. You know how to avoid the demons. Just play your favorite song. Play music. Come on.
I feel like something just happened. I'm not even kidding you.
What's your favorite song?
Devil's real.
Lizzo. About damn time.
Hey, you want to know how you pick and choose things? I don't believe in a hell. I don't. So
I believe your hell would be like your hair is permanently messed up. Oh, like in The Good Place.
I always looked at it like
in The Good Place with Ted Danson.
Yeah.
And Kristen Bell. In hell, like your hair would be permanently messed up.
I look at it like, hey, God loves everybody. I mean, and He created all of us.
Turn this shit up, Spot. I need to get rid of the demons.
Oh, you sending that guy to hell because he had a bad run at it?
My hell is the clock always reads thick 30.
I don't believe there's a guy with a pitchfork.
Crank
my
this
song
shit,
is
Spock.
King Bongo Bong.
Crank, Rich.
I'm not hearing it loud.
Well, put your headphones on,
They're in.
Rich.
It's very low. There we go.
My point in a nutshell, because I really got to make it clear, it's very difficult for me to navigate because I'm not on the side of super religious people. I got to make this clear, and we're moving on. I'm sorry, I apologize, but there's going to be lots of different ways of thinking. To expect everybody to have one way of thinking is like dangerous territory. Like, it's weird. No one's going to ever have one belief, ever, especially in this country. So, hey, let's be kind. I think those people can still be kind.
I'll be kind and Adam Bannister makes the best point. Adam, thanks for always being with us. Adam said, let's be honest, though, no one looks up to middle relief pitchers as their role models anyway. So, hey, there you go.
There it is. Man.
Hotsy Totsy.
All right, well, you know what? Rando News, Rich, just to break it up.
No, I got some stories.
You got some stuff?
I know it did it. I started talking about the vein of my D.
I don't know.
I think that's
maybe at least
you
it made
said
such hot points.
I got a dumb question. I got a dumb question for you. Let's do this. I got something. Top Gun. How much money did it make this weekend? And by the way, Sarah and I watched.
A good transition out of this is going from talking about this to Bulge, if you want to.
Yeah.
You know what? Save the Bulge.
Okay.
Is that one of your movements? Is that one of your?
Damn it. Like Save Ferris, but it's just like save the Bulge.
Save the Bulge. Save the Bulge.
Save the Bulge. That's Rich's band name.
Justice for the Bulge.
Save Bulge.
Top Gun Maverick.
Justice for Bulges.
Flies
for Bulges.
Higher than expected. Top Gun Maverick flies higher than expected with almost $100 million in its second week.
Still haven't seen it.
And
still haven't seen it.
They're saying it's unbelievably amazing. I watched the first one on Amazon Prime.
I gotta watch it.
It's streaming now for free. And my biggest observation with Sarah was that, it's a great 80s movie. It's so 80s. But the one big observation is soundtracks now, you hear a variety of songs throughout the movie. They played Berlin, Take My Breath Away,
Watch it in slow
10 times throughout the movie. Sarah and I started laughing.
Yeah, it's a soundtrack.
Sarah! I think she's on a call, but she was dying laughing because we're like, no joke, every 15 minutes, it went into this song.
Fun fact.
Berlin, Take My Breath Away, redone by Jessica Simpson in the 2000s.
Fun fact. Berlin.
That wasn't the fun fact.
The first band to perform at SiriusXM's new LA studio. I know Howard took credit for opening the LA studio. Berlin was there. I was there, and they performed this song. And it was fantastic.
By the way, we were shouting out Rays before.
Yeah.
Ray hit me up, and I think he said something profound. I hate to interrupt this. But he says, there's a difference, guys. Got to make this clear between beliefs and actions. So that's kind of what I was saying in a nutshell. You believe what you want.
Yeah.
How are you acting against people?
You know what?
That's the difference.
Like if they...
And I'm glad I got to say that because that was the point I was trying to make and I couldn't find the words.
Like if they had come out and said, we believe a certain way, but in support of others because we support everyone, we'll still wear this, but we just want to make it clear that we don't believe in this. That's fine.
But when I tell you...
But when you are talking out of both sides of your mouth...
Enough. We talked enough about...
Back to Top Gun.
We talked enough about the gay community in the Rays. I always thought the Rays were pretty gay. Why is it so hot in here, right?
I got the Batwing Duck, man.
It's like a steam room in here, right?
Yeah. I got the swass going on.
I feel like I'm on the highway to the danger zone.
What was our observation from Top Gun?
Hold on.
About the music?
Oh my god! All they played was that one fucking song.
Look at that.
Yeah, the whole time. The whole time all they played was Berlin, Take My Breath Away, and they played Danger Zone like 5 times too. So the same 2 songs.
By the way,
over
two lame songs of mine.
And over and over.
Did you talk about like the weird like sex scenes and just like how just like chemistry was?
How Tom Cruise and what's her name? Gillis?
Kelly McGillis.
Kelly McGillis. Their on-screen sexual chemistry, Sarah and I were both like, they have this bad chemistry.
Really? Noticeable?
Like noticeably, I don't know if it's just 80s bad noticeably, but we're like, they are, it was so clear there was like,
how's Val Kilmer's
too.
And his chemistry? You like their chemistry?
Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
He's
Iceman?
Iceman. So let me ask you this. Based on Top Gun's success, hundreds of millions of dollars so far, terrible chemistry between McGillis and Tom Cruise. Same songs over and over.
I mean, it's 80s cheese.
But I mean, like, they're like mouth kissing, like just it's such an awkward. Their hookup scenes are so bad.
Was it like those lesbian kisses at Pride Night?
No, that was hot.
You know what someone pointed out to me? I was talking to someone at my yoga studio who's involved in the movie industry.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Top Gun. He's like, oh, I watched the original recently. And he's like, clearly this was early on in Tom Cruise's career before he was a huge star. They made no effort to prevent you from seeing how short he is compared to everyone else in the movie.
Oh, really?
Now if you see a Tom Cruise movie, he seems like he's larger than life.
Is he like 5'5" or 5'7"?
He's like 5', whatever.
I think
he's 5'2".
Look it up.
So, but you could obviously see, because he's like, when he's talking to Val Kilmer with like everyone else is tall around him, he's like looking up.
Iceman's twice his size.
Right? But now, like if any Tom Cruise movie, he's equally as tall as everyone else.
It's a weird soundtrack thing they did back then.
Say
Now
5'7".
they're slicker. Like Dude Bro Stu hit us up. Stu Efron said, if you watch The Graduate, they play Sound of Silence like 50 times.
Oh, yeah.
Like certain old school movies go to the well
Part
over
of
and
the
over.
soundtrack.
It's like not only part of the soundtrack, it's the soundtrack.
Well, the soundtrack to, and I have it on vinyl, the soundtrack to The Graduate is just basically a Simon and Garfunkel album. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
It's not, there's no other music. It's a Simon and Garfunkel album.
So, Spotty Boy.
Yes.
Let me ask you too, Covino. Now, if you were, if you were in the Top Gun program, if you were a Top Gun,
here we go.
The call signs you know, Goose, Maverick.
There's us with the
Iceman.
Before the throat cancer got him.
Cougar.
Where do I get that spot shirt that you have, Covino? That's a pretty cool shirt you got.
Yeah. It's a good shirt.
That spot shirt you have.
That spot shirt. That shirt, I remember. It's a Lucky shirt.
Oh, yeah?
I think I still have it. I think I kept that one.
Where'd you get it?
And if you remember, this is how cool Val Kilmer was. I was like, yo,
this
Val.
Is before you got the...
Yeah. I said, Val, is that a linen jacket? That's a sweet jacket you got. He said, you like it? Try it on. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
I put it on. I was like, sweet.
So you tried on Val Kilmer's jacket?
Yeah, I rocked it. I think I wore it the whole interview.
All right, Goose.
I might have video or I have to look that up.
Goose, Maverick, Iceman, Cougar, Wolfman, Jester, Slider, Hollywood.
Wolfman Jack was in there?
Sundown. What would your Top Gun call name be?
Oh, that's a good one.
What would be your lame or attempt at cool nickname if you were a Top Gun?
Here's a photo of Covino
pilot
wearing the jacket.
Oh, there you are.
Look at Val. Look at me.
Look at
Iceman
you
looking at me.
Look at you. Can I get rid of myself?
Look at how happy
Please
I
do.
Look at you wearing Val Kilmer's jacket.
That was bold, man.
Right?
I don't know what happened to me.
He's admiring you.
Yeah, look at that. Iceman admiring me.
Look at this guy. Huh. Who's that? Oh, Val. Sorry, I went too far. Who's that guy?
So you're asking me what my nickname would be? I don't know. Vato.
Vato? There he is.
You know when people give you like lame military names? I mean, they call me
Vato- no, Vato Clown.
Punch. Why? Because I look like Eric Estrada.
Hogzilla.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Wait, what a good
The
because
hog.
this whole movie's based on Maverick, Goose, Iceman. Like
Right.
they're all made a
I have to
fighter
think about
pilot
it.
code
Assman. There it
name.
is.
Assman.
Assman.
There you go,
Assman.
Assman.
Yeah. Assman.
Cheapskate.
Iceman. Assman.
Iceman. Yeah,
Bite that ass.
You'd be Assman.
I'd bite that ass.
I feel like for me, I could just go with Spot.
I could go with like Goonberger.
Honestly, my whole life, everyone called me Covino, dude. That was my
Gabagool.
No one really even called me Steve.
Gabagool.
Spock, you could go by Gabagool.
No, I want to be Spot. Why can't I be Spot?
Tripod.
It's a great question, but I'd have to.
I mean, it's a dumb. I mean, it's. I'm putting you on the spot too much to be clever on the spot like that. But yeah, like the whole movie's based on Goose, Maverick, Iceman, Cougar, Wolfman, Jester, Slider, Hollywood, Sundown, and that's just in the first movie. The second one, apparently, they all got their code names. Their what would you call it? Your call sign.
Onyx. That's a good one.
Onyx.
There I am.
There he is. Onyx.
Why do you call him Onyx?
He goes like this.
Rich could be Goatsy.
Goatsy.
That's a good one.
Goatsy. And then that your thing could be like as you know how like Tom Cruise flipped the bird.
Yeah.
Your thing could be you Goatsy other like the enemy. Like you put your ass up on the window
so dumb.
and you Goatsy the enemy.
How much
how'd you get that nickname?
I need this. I feel the need. The need for what? What do you have the need for?
Hole.
Hog champ. No. Hoggy. Well, hey, enjoy your...
Well, how much money did it make, though, this weekend?
Almost 100 million.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
so
it's up, what, 250? 250
About
million?
that. And that's just U.S. And that's just in the U.S. That's not the global market. Buck naked. Viper. Cornholio. Cornholio might be a good one for you.
Buck Naked was
Cornholio.
George Costanza's porn star name.
So, hey, Top Gun did well. Let's see. The Rays.
Rich's high pitch. It's great.
The Rays with their gay patch. Top Gun.
The Gerber baby died.
The Gerber baby died at the age of, I want to say 95.
MTV Awards were yesterday. Spider-Man was the big winner. No Way Home.
I mean,
what's funny about that is
were
the
they on TV?
Movie and TV Awards.
It's now TV also.
And
Are they on TV?
a Euphoria won, and it's just so interesting to see how we used to put so much clout into MTV and their award shows, and that they were fun, and big names came out. Now you don't even. I don't even think it's a demographic thing. Now no one even gives a shit.
Well, because
I saw that J-Lo got emotional making a speech.
Well, it's an age thing, but not. You're right, because
it's just
even
MTV's not
even
as
younger
popular
people.
as it was.
MTV used to have millions of viewers.
It
MTV
sucks.
now has
MTV
hundreds
was
of thousands. MTV went from having millions of viewers to hundreds of thousands of viewers, and on top of that, before the world was inundated with younger people caring about TikTok and Instagram and Snapchat, there was a world when young kids cared about the MTV Awards. So it's really just a matter of relevance. It's not relevant. It's like saying, you're trying to force an old mechanism for a younger demographic, and I don't think they care. Yeah, an old blueprint for a new building.
They go back to videos, man. Can't be any worse than what they're putting out there.
And you know what though, Covino? It's one of those situations where if anything good happened, a younger kid would say, if anything good happened, people will probably duet it on TikTok tomorrow. Like if anything good, it's like the Saturday Night Live theory. If anything good happens, I'll see it. Because you'll see a clip of it on social media. So,
but honestly, it was so cool and would make news. Now, like, you don't even care. And kids don't really even care.
Yeah, J-Lo thanked the haters and pretty much made the point that disappointment and failure. She thanked disappointment and failure because if not for disappointment and failure, you don't have success. She thanked her haters. Chriselle, who used to be our Orange Theory pal, who we've had on the show many times, like I said, she won an award and thanked everyone for voting for her, even though she's gay now. That was her thing. She said, you guys voted after I came out, which proves that you love me for who I am. To sort of tie it into the old conversation.
Person's name?
Even though I'm gay now, it's not a choice you make. She was always gay, no?
No, but she's saying since she came, the voting happened after she came out.
Yeah.
So she's saying,
I just question her choice in women. That's awesome.
Yeah.
If you're as hot as she is,
she could have been. She would have been on the. She should have been on the scoreboard with those gals.
Yeah.
Should have been. Where's that video? I lost it.
In other news of things you don't care about, Jada Pinkett Smith addressed the slap. Right? We discussed that. But Jada, I just don't like the headline. The headline bothers me.
Why?
Jada
She
Pinkett
doesn't have
Smith.
hair? You don't like her headlines?
Not her hairline, the headline.
No alopecia joke spot. Jeez.
Jada Pinkett Smith calls for reconciliation. Like, what
word is that?
Reconciliation.
Yeah.
I mean, I said reconciliation. You think you say everything perfect?
No, but when I don't, you point it out, so I had to point it out.
I can say reconciliation, like the or the. Who cares?
No,
potato.
No one No, that's not a word.
Reconciles.
People say reconcile, reconcile.
No, they don't.
I say reconcile.
You can say it. That's
Yeah,
cool,
bro.
Make it your own.
No, I say that when I see two Puerto Ricans fucking
coming
together.
Oh, yo, you got some reconcile.
Reconciliation.
Oh, there you go.
Look at their friends again. Jada Pinkett Smith calls for reconciliation. Fuck her and what she thinks. She calls for reconciliation? I don't think it's your decision. You're the cause of it.
Is it fair or rude? Is it fair?
Chris Rock says, yeah, they spinning, son. They spinning. According to the news, Chris Rock's like, yeah, I'm not concerned with that. Like, I'm not.
I don't need to sit down with Will.
I don't care. According to sources,
not concerned.
Chris Rock says, yeah, not concerned.
Fuck your bald head.
Not concerned with reconciliation.
Not concerned a little bit.
But like, who is she to call? Like, fuck off.
You know what? I saw a headline, and this might be, some might say, well, that's sexist. Or is it accurate? Is 2022 the year of the toxic woman?
Yes.
Amber Heard, Jada Pinkett Smith. Are we realizing that for every woman that was done wrong, or like, we're realizing that after the Me Too movement, there's a lot of women that were done wrong, but we also are now realizing that
I'm going to come out with the Yo Tambien movement.
But now are we also seeing now that are we seeing now that there are also women that are toxic and terrible, and it's
I think the lamest term is toxic masculinity.
Well,
It's just the most overused term. If a
agreed.
guy is somewhat macho in any way, toxic, fragile masculinity. Like, well, a guy can't even be a guy.
Guy can't be like a guy.
Let's harp on the toxic women.
But what
I
I'm
like
saying,
that.
but what I'm saying is,
That's just something I can stand behind.
Have we noticed that for every shitty dude,
Yo también.
for every Harvey Weinstein and piece of shit dude, there's also
pieces
also
of shit
bad women out there too,
Yeah,
and 2022 is the year. Like, even when they lost, Amber Heard is doubling down. Like, it's like a step backwards for women, or maybe you're just a shitty person. Why can't that be the answer? Why can't the answer be no? The court got it right. Johnny Depp, while he's a maniac, you are no better. There's audio of you slapping him and hitting him, saying like, "Who's gonna believe you, Johnny?" Like, I mean, she's a shitbag too. Man, they're both shitbags, probably. Made for each other.
In other Rando news, Devin Haney is the undisputed lightweight champ of the world.
Man,
That was dope. Actually, it was a very whelming fight.
At least you could admit that.
Yeah, it was.
No, because a lot of times even when the fight's not good, you're like, "Yo, bro, it was still good," but you at least admit that it was not great.
No.
All
Celtics, Warriors tied at 1.
So is it okay that we didn't come over?
Yeah, it's fine, whatever. And yeah, if you want to hear about that, foxsportsradio.com. foxsportsradio.com, we discussed that in depth.
We also discussed Nestor Cortes.
Nasty Nestor.
That's a big story, man.
It is. I love it. It's my favorite story because it's Nestor Cortes saying, "Hey, some old announcer called me Nestor the molester."
Not just some old announcer. A guy that's dedicated his entire life to baseball. That's a big part of the story. And he's 80. How old did I say he was? 83?
Yeah.
Jim Cott, former Yankee broadcaster, Twin broadcaster, former player. Jim Cott called him Nestor the molester. And, you know, that was a nickname for a lot of Lesters in the NFL, and any Lester.
Oh, if
But
your name was Lester,
Yeah.
you used to be Lester the molester, but now it's like, man, why are people saying that? So
Lester
when
the
some
molester.
old guy was
That's
like, Spock, can you pull the clip? We never played the actual clip.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Jim Cott calling him Nestor the molester. And Covino, get it ready because I know you have it on your phone. The quote from Nestor Cortes afterwards just proves how everyone should handle their business. This guy handled his business better than anyone else in the last couple of years as far as responding to a non-story. Jim Cott, broadcaster, calling Nestor Cortes, who's probably on his way to he's a Cy Young candidate, at least candidate.
Well, let's hear the clip here first, and then I'll read Nestor's reaction to the whole thing, who's honestly, he's living out an insanity moment that I think nationwide people are finally starting to pick up on.
Ooh,
It's
Nestor
crazy.
Cortes is pretty interesting. Yeah, I agree.
It's an interesting story because it's definitely a lightning in a bottle.
I wonder if it wasn't for you when I would have caught on to Nestor Cortes. Probably like around now.
Yeah, what he's doing is wild.
Like, if
he's
you
just
weren't-
an average fella, 5'10", but he's crafty and having like a Pedro Martinez type of year.
But I'm saying if you weren't
when
like I'm saying, if like one of your best buds wasn't talking about the Yankees and Nestor Cortes, I wonder by now would the average fan have been like, "Oh yeah, what's this guy doing in the Bronx? He seems pretty interesting." Like, I think now is the time where it's like, "Oh yeah, he's doing something special."
Might be now.
We're
yeah.
a third of the way through the year. I think it's time to start really
What's his
respecting
ERA?
him.
His ERA is like what, 1.4, 1.5? It was at 1.3 at one point.
Nestor Cortes.
That favorite pitcher being kind of like Devin Smeltzer, Nestor the molester, Nestor Cortes. Man, he is fun to watch.
It's so innocent.
It's so sad though.
It's so innocent.
It is.
He's 5-1, by the way. 5-1 with a 1.50 ERA. With a
1.5.
whip of 0.86. And by the way, whip means, for people that don't know, walks and or hits per inning pitch. So he's averaging less than one runner on base.
And I said
an
this
inning.
yesterday, but he has 18 consecutive starts, maybe 19 now, consecutive starts where he let up 3 runs or less. And it's second all time in franchise history. They had to go back to 1910. to see who did that last.
Pretty cool.
So Nestor Cortes, who's having his moment, who was also ridiculed for his old tweets, right?
Yeah.
Responds and he says, "Hey everybody, Jim Cott has spent his entire lifetime in this game that we love. He reached out to me and apologized for his remark last night, but he didn't need to. We all make mistakes and feel 100% there was no malice intended. I plan on lifting him up with this tweet and hope others do too. No sweat here, Jim." And
what a
Minnesota
great
fans, like even
answer.
Rocket Dog responded, like 100% class act there. And yeah, it just adds to his magical season, man.
Like why? So like, first of all, he was under fire because of his own tweets.
He
so
was.
Why would he? But it's just a good look.
I'm
like,
sure he
yo,
doesn't
listen,
care,
man.
dude.
Yeah, I don't care.
You don't think I ever heard Lester the you don't think I ever heard Cortez
and again,
Nestor the
context.
molester?
Come on.
Context. He wasn't saying anything bad about the guy, and he's an old guy. Old people gotta give him the old guy pass. I think there should be an old guy pass.
A one-time.
The world has changed way too much to expect these old guys to not slip up once in a while. Either there's a time limit, like you overstayed your welcome, get the hook and get this guy out of here, or you give him the old guy pass.
What's the old guy pass look like?
Big font.
Yeah, what is the old guy pass? That's a good one.
It's like, remember when they,
here it is. Here, you get one.
No,
you get one.
The old guy pass. Remember you would put the.
get it in the mail.
Remember you would go somewhere and they'd have like the bathroom key on a really big block or something. Yeah, that's the old guy. Something you won't lose.
Ed
Something
McMahon,
that
Ed
can't
McMahon's
misplace.
on the box. Ed McMahon here. It's your old guy. You get one per life, right? Here's your old guy pass. All right. I'm cashing mine in, all right? I meant nothing by the molester comment. Back in my day, it was a compliment. Gotta give him. It's one or the other. Either we become ageist and say, yeah, you're old. You're done. Or we give them the pass.
I agree that if they can't adapt to the new changes, they need to retire. But I think every old guy gets one free slip up.
It's a slip up. He meant nothing bad there. He didn't.
Every old guy deserves one victim-free slip up.
It's not the first Oriental to play. I mean Asian. Oh, old guy, he's 87. Like, do you fight that one? Like, hey, Oriental, or do you cash in your pass?
Old guy pass. I said I meant Asian.
When do you cash it in?
I don't know.
All right, so hey, Jim Cott. The motherfucker's old, man. We got to keep things in context.
Well,
A, he's old as fuck. B, he was complimenting the dude.
B, he's old.
But you know what else is really funny about Nestor
What's
Cortes?
his 5-year plan? Don't die?
Yeah, exactly. He's 83. Leave him alone. No, I think it's really funny. These kids, and it's not the first time, but kids at Yankee Stadium now they're starting to sweep the nation. They're selling nasty Nestor T-shirts, right? And this guy's just living the dream. Little kids are rocking a fake mustache to the game, and it's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
It's so funny to see.
Well, be careful. Last time they did that in New York, they were wearing Batman helmets, Batman hats,
exactly.
faces, and masks, and the Dark Knight did not last well. In fact, he's suspended from baseball now for selling drugs to a guy that died. All right, one less baseball note. I just saw this. They unveiled the City Connect uniforms, and people are saying the Angels one might be one of the best. It's a pretty cool throwback.
I don't like it.
The Angels?
Yeah.
With the old A with the halo and
it's like cream
70s
color,
font.
right?
Yeah, it's like a cream with
That's not as bad as I thought.
Spot Angels City Connect. Are you listening?
It's better than I thought.
Sorry.
Yeah, hey, look, I like them switching it up. I don't know the Yankees one, believe it or not. Did they choose not to do it?
Can I tell you?
Do they have an option?
I'm glad you said that
because
I'm
they're so
like,
traditional?
because I think it's progressive because my first thought was like, what's the Met City Connect? How do I not know this?
Yeah,
I'm like,
I don't know.
But I'm like,
I've seen everybody else's.
Is there like blue alternate jersey? There's
I've
City
never heard
Connect.
about the City Connect jersey until this year.
It's a new thing.
It is, yeah.
It's a newer thing. Like, you know how in the NFL they have the color rush jerseys?
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah, actually, Rich, I take back what I said. I saw a picture of Otani rocking it, and
There's
I didn't like it. But
there's a picture of Syndergaard like on the beach with a surfboard, and he's like, "Yeah, surfs up, dude." You saw that one? Yeah, it's like, yeah, there it is. Yo, surfs up, Southern California.
Hey, man, it's fun. It's a different option.
Surfs up from this nondescript beach location.
It's a money grab, but it's also it's cool for fans. But most of the feedback I saw was like, "Yo, did you see the Rockies? The Rockies one sucks," because we live in a world where everything sucks. I don't even know what the Yankees or the Mets one looks like. I don't. I saw the Dodgers one. Isn't it just Los Dodgers? Los Dodgers or anyway. That's your baseball news. I hope all your teams are winning. Enjoy the NBA Finals. NBA Finals Game 3 is Wednesday night.
The
Enjoy
Yankees.
that.
The Yankees don't have a City Connect.
Wow, they chose not to, huh? That's kind of lame. I'll be the first to say that's lame. I feel like that's a great opportunity to give the fans something different. Like, yeah, we have pride in our pinstripes and no names on the back, and we're old school. But here's the City Connect because the league's doing it. I think that's corny. I think they dropped the ball on that.
The Boston one sucks until you realize what it's for. Like the Boston one's like powder blue and yellow, and you're like, it looks like UCLA. What's with the Red Sox uniforms? Then you realize it's the colors of the Boston Marathon in tribute to the victims.
But it's also the City
Connect.
Yeah,
so.
you know what? And I didn't know it. I thought it sucked too at first.
I like the Chicago ones look bad at the South Side ones, all the all black pinstripe
Honestly,
White
I'm
Sox
really
ones.
bummed the Yankees didn't do something. They could have did something
I
cool
don't know
with
if
the
it's I don't know if
Skyliner.
it's too late. Wait a minute, hold on.
All right,
is this from another year? Is this from another year? Because the Yankees, there's a picture of the Yankees wearing an all black uniform that says New York.
I don't know it.
These are last year's, right?
Some of them say the same. Like I like the space one, the Houston Astros Space City.
Yeah, that's cool.
Los Dodgers. Miami's got the orange pinstripes. I see the San Francisco Giants wear that one quite a bit.
Los Dodgers y más. They should throw the y más.
Like
on.
CBS y más?
Y más.
I like the South Side. The Wrigleyville one's but the South Side one looks pretty badass, doesn't it? Looks very like
it's fun.
Very like Oakland.
Yeah, like
Raiders.
it looks very like Ice Cube should be wearing that. Shit.
I know it's a money grab, but people want that stuff. You don't want that if you're.
Yeah.
You know, I realized something yesterday. I didn't want to bring it up on Fox, but when I made my initial jersey purchases, everything was so big and oversized. And you don't really get rid of jerseys. Once you buy a jersey, you sort of keep it. All my jerseys that I own are like down to my knees because you were wearing baggy clothes back then.
Yeah.
They're so huge. I never really grew into it. Might have to be in the market for something new. So if the Yankees had a City Connect, I might get one that fits.
At the Yankee. All right, if you were to buy a Yankees jersey now, do you buy the Jeter even though it's like long gone, or do you buy a Judge?
That's a good one. I don't know.
Because you're a grown man now. You're rocking the legendary Jeter.
I really like Judge. You know, not because he's the MVP this year. I like him.
Cortez is too risky.
Yeah, it's too risky.
That could be like a 1 year
I'll
thing.
rock a Nasty Nestor t-shirt, though.
Yeah.
It's funny hearing John Sterling like, first 18,000 gets a Nasty Nestor t-shirt. I want one, Susan. Me too, John. Oh, I'll rock my Nasty Nestor
What was the
t-shirt.
call the other day you said in the car? By the way, the other day we're in the car and Covino's listening, and I don't even realize he's got one earbud in. He's listening to the Yankees radio broadcast. It was a home run call. Who was it?
Oh, Joey Gallo, maybe? He sucks.
But it was a home run, and you made the call. And you're like, oh, that was the corny shit. Like, oh, in the shallows for Gallows. Or like, they're like,
Spot, can you please find the Joey Gallo home run call?
No, was it Gallo?
I think it was. Yeah, he said something really corny, but that's what he's known for.
Yeah.
So again, you either embrace the old guy for who he is, or you tell him, hey, you're gonna embarrass yourself. You know, you're fired. Sorry, guy. But enjoy your City Connects. Enjoy your sports. Enjoy your life.
I have one more.
Enjoy your life.
I have one more relationship question we'll get to, and then we'll call it a day. It's a quickie.
Swung on a high
Maybe, let's see.
deep right, getting toward the wall. That ball is gone. Joey jacks one to right field. A 3-run home run to give the Yankees a lead. Who is he? He's pal Joey.
No, I know what it was.
3-run blast.
I know what it was.
You know what it was?
Yeah, I
Okay.
just remembered.
Okay.
He's like, net is high, net is far, net is gone. Anthony Rizzo.
Oh, wait, Rizzo.
Nobody beats the Riz.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rizzo?
Nobody
beats the Riz.
Nobody. And I was like, how corny. But I have to laugh. I love it.
Nobody
beats the Riz. Ooh, and the Yankees take a 3-0 lead. Yeah. John Sterling's the Yankee announcer. He's 105. He's bound to say some stupid shit.
Maybe, I don't know.
High in the air to deep right. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. Second deck and halfway up. Oh, Rizzo rakes. He drills a long home run to right. And the Yankees take a 1-0 lead on the 15th home run of the year for Anthony Rizzo. They say it when 4:49. What a way to break in.
Welcome to the new
Wow.
year.
He still he says
Nobody
Rizzo
beats
rakes.
the Riz.
I don't even know what that means. Rizzo rakes. Rizzo rakes. And nobody beats the Riz, which is a nobody beats the Wiz reference.
From
That was
30 years ago.
Very popular electronics store on the East Coast.
Nobody beats there's young kids that think it's like some original catchphrase because nobody beats the Wiz hasn't been around since
and not everybody knows
30 years ago.
So,
right.
Yeah,
I mean, some fucking,
flying,
some 40-year-old reference.
Neither has John Sterling's. Never mind.
John Sterling. He's 100 years old. All right. You know what? Maybe we'll just save this for tomorrow. What do you say?
Sure.
Think about this for tomorrow. It has to do with the attitude of people in the dating world now. And let's just say this.
I mean, we touched on it a little bit.
When a woman says, no man is worth chasing, like a guy will love me for all that I am. Is that truth or is that, well, maybe the best version of yourself? You can't just expect people to love you if you're terribly flawed and you have like, but like they're like, not like lovable flaws. Like you can't be a shitty person and be like, someone should love me for who I am. It's like, what if who you are?
I make that joke every day. I play Audio Slave, Be Yourself.
Yeah.
And I always say the original title is Be Yourself, unless of course you're a piece of shit. Then try to be better.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like the mentality. So maybe we'll dive into that tomorrow. So think about it. In the dating world, our buddy Joe hit us up saying,
Joe who?
Joe Moulton.
Joe Mama.
He said, is this the attitude that most women have?
Nice.
Could this work? Or is there, he's questioning, is this the right attitude for, people to have in the dating scene?
Good
Quote, no man is worth chasing. The right guy will see my value. He won't need convincing. I don't need to change. The right guy will love me for everything I am. Is there something beautiful about that? Or is it also like, well, also let's be the best versions of ourselves because you can't expect someone to love you if you're like the weak version of yourself, no?
I couldn't agree more with you, man.
So maybe we answered it already, but like, yeah, you can't be like an unambitious slob and
part of the meaning
like
of life.
you can't be like an unattentive, asexual slob who.
Did you say call me what?
Who?
No, I just think you should always be on
then
a
your answer is like, but
constant
if
quest of-
someone will love me for me, it's like, well, yeah, but you suck.
Just we should all be striving to be better people.
Yeah.
And if that means, changing the way you think.
Sometimes
of
I
course.
question how my wife.
It's not easy.
Yeah. What did you say before the show today?
I question like how she allowed me on top of her when I was just a disgusting beast.
Ooh, Kristen, you disgusting.
Like
I ask myself that all the time when it was happening.
Why did no one say to me, hey, listen, get off me until you can lose a little weight?
Someone did. God, when he said your fucking heart was clogged with SpaghettiOs.
That's a different story.
It's true.
I didn't see it.
You know what? That's how I know that this woman truly loves me because she allowed.
Yeah, but she has a
job, Pizza the
she
Hut.
must have low self-esteem to be fucking putting up with that.
Love.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Love.
Or it's love, Spot. Or it's love.
I'll go with the low self-esteem.
It is love. It is love.
What was she thinking?
What was she?
All right,
She
so
was.
a few shout-outs before we go to Adam in Atlanta.
You ever think back that maybe her, like when she would tell you how she was like flirting with doctors at her work and stuff was her way of being like, hey, step it up, buddy.
Everybody slips, dude. Everybody slips. Spot was slipping, and no one realized. We didn't realize it. I've slipped so many times. I'm up and down all the time with that. And who knows? You just don't see it. You see it when you look back.
What, wait?
When you start to see it and feel it, then that's usually when you get on your horse, if you have a horse.
If you don't have a horse, then you're fucked.
So shout out to Adam in Atlanta. He's the guy that sent us those seeds. I'm still watering mine. I think I see something.
I see a couple sprouts.
Yeah,
I see a couple sprouts of my blue bonnets.
I haven't started mine yet. I have to do that.
Shout out to Ray, the Devil Man 1. What's up, Ray? Ray says we never shout him out. Shouted him out twice. Make that 3 times today. Happy birthday, belated Eddie Fight. He knows the Bible. Is he a bad guy?
He's in the Bible.
He's in the Bible. That's how old he is. Happy 150th, bro. Right? Was it his birthday? I think it was.
Eddie.
Yeah, he was wasn't Eddie at the crucifixion?
Either way, shout out to Eddie.
He got tickets to the crucifixion.
Jason Nichols, what's up? Jason Nichols.
He got
tickets. He's got. It's so funny. He
has the program and the ticket framed from the crucifixion.
And yeah, he was at the last dinner, wasn't he? You see him reaching for a roll?
Yeah,
it's true. He's in there in the background.
When people say that Christmas they celebrate the birth of Christ, he was there. He helped deliver. Baby
he was the unwise man.
Yeah,
he was in the background.
This is who did I say? Who gave us the seats? Adam Atlanta. This is Adam in Atlanta.
Oh yeah,
we met him in
I remember meeting him clearly. We met him at an event.
Wait, let me place this right now. Let's see how good I am. Is this in the parking lot of a bar in Atlanta?
Yes. This is in the parking.
But do you remember the conversation we had? Because I do. Ready?
Oh, we talked about each other's hogs.
We had we compared dicks, right? He told us he was a seed expert. I was like, oh, interesting. And he said, one day I'll send you some. And then he said, hey guys, I'd love to hang, but I can't. I just wanted to stop by to say hello. Remember?
Yeah. And he's like, can you guys both point to me real quick though?
He came up
and I can take a picture.
No, but he was one of those guys. He stopped by just to say hello, but couldn't hang out.
Of course, yeah.
Is it true? Is it true? Rich was a seed expert in the early 2000s.
He was.
Yeah.
Man seed.
Man seed.
He was a seed expert.
Jason Nichols and shout out to House of Chingazos. House of Chingazos. Orale. Yeah. Thank you guys. So I hope you enjoyed the show. Remember, Behind the Velvet Rope, kicking it with drinks. If you want to see my shoe collection, talk some shoe game, but also some just banter and fun, I brought you really behind the velvet rope. You're in my living room over the weekend. Please check that out. Leave a comment. And foxsportsradio.com, as Rich said before, aside from his conversation about eating shit, I thought it was a great show.
Yeah.
I think for a minute, Rich forgot he was on Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah. But
how did we just let that go, by the way?
Bro, what were you thinking, dude?
What the fuck were you
Remember
saying?
the story when I said to my ex's friend, like, I want to eat your sushi? Like, I was drunk and I don't know why I said that.
Yeah.
Like, I looked at Covino and I'm like, is this guy for real?
What made you think that was an appropriate conversation for Fox Sports Radio?
I thought it was funny. Like Kim Kardashian said she would eat her own shit if it meant staying in shape.
I'm like, is he really saying this right now?
So I said,
of all the things going on, the fucking finals were on.
What do you think Danny G was thinking?
Danny G answered the question. He played along.
Man. Yeah, because he must have been like, this ain't
all
good
the
conversation.
potential things you could have discussed.
Shit's so funny.
Out of nowhere.
So random.
Kim Kardashian said she needs shit.
Which makes it funny, but it was like so out of
Which is what makes us different. You think Ben Maller's talking about eating shit?
I mean, there's other things to discuss.
You think Dan
Kim
Patrick? Do you think
Kardashian
Dan
said-
Patrick had a shit eating conversation?
Kim Kardashian said she would eat shit if it meant she'd stay youthful, like if it was the fountain of youth. And Rich decided to bring that up and tie it into like, would you do that if it meant your team won a championship? And we're like,
I'm thinking of like the most diehard fan I know. I bet you. All right, ready? Answer that, and then we'll go home for the day. We'll call it a day. What listener that you've met over the years do you think would eat a pile of shit if it meant their team won? Like, who is the most diehard about one team? Like, would Chris Rucker eat a pile of shit if it meant the Cowboys won the Super Bowl? Would Chris Rucker eat a little ice cream cup of duty if it meant the Cowboys won the Super Bowl?
No, I don't think so. Don't think so. I think she said it in
All right,
jest.
would Dr. Tim eat poop for the Packers to win? Now, he saw them win like a decade ago. Would King Carlos to watch the Bears win the Super Bowl? I'll eat shit.
Yeah, I'll eat a whole pile of shit in a tortilla. I don't know, man. I don't know.
But
That's why
it's a question of like, who's your most diehard like, who in your mind is the most diehard that would like?
Well, you have to think diehard for a team that hasn't won.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't know. But that was posed. I told you what we're doing on Fox Sports Radio is fun.
Would Rocket Dog eat? Would Rocket, if the Minnesota Vikings finally won the Super Bowl, would Rocket Dog eat some soft serve poop?
He has self-respect and dignity. He's a family man. He doesn't eat poop. So,
yeah, but you're the
Fox Sports Radio. Check out the podcast. The links on our social media pages. Check our Behind the Velvet Rope. Thank you again for your June subscription. I gave some shout outs, but we appreciate everybody that's hanging out with us. Tell your friends about it. Let me throw a few more names out there since we're on it. Jason Kinsvatter, Toby Mills, Warren Tokars.
I would think about it.
Buddy
by the way.
Wiley.
I would think about it. Eating a piece of poop for a Mets win. If it was Game 7 and I was there.
You hear yourself?
If it was Game 7 and I was there, I would eat one of Piper's. I would eat one of Piper's turds on the balcony.
I think when you have verbal diarrhea like Rich, like you just say things.
By the way, verbal diarrhea usually means coming out, not going in.
If you said the Mets would win and it was Game 7 and I was there,
yeah,
like Game 7, I was at the stadium. I was part of that.
You'd eat a piece of shit.
It would have to be a piece of Piper's petrified like duty that's been on the porch for like a week.
My God.
You know what it means? You're mental.
And Piper has
right?
the nastiest smelling shit.
Gross.
You're disgusting.
Yeah, dude. I had one time.
I would do it.
You ever see a dog eat its own shit?
Yes.
They do that once in a while.
And then you go to kiss them and
you're
it's
like, dude, the first time I saw that, I was like mortified. I was like, what is going on? I'm like, come here, doggy. You need a hug? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Honestly, I was like, come here. What's
need a
going on?
hug?
I looked at him like, what's wrong with you?
Lots of scat play in the
I'm
Davis
like, what are you
household.
doing? What's going on? I'm Googling like, does my dog have mental issues? I'm like, get over here. You're loved. Come on. You're better than that. You're a grown father of 2. And you're saying you would eat your dog's shit. What is wrong with you?
If the Mets won the
To
World
a
Series.
national audience,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
less.
I think it would.
Hear this guy?
Yeah, that's a fair
Do you
question.
hear yourself?
Yeah, I think I'm confident that answer. I'd do it. Game 7.
If I were you, I'd take it easy.
Take it easy.
It's
See what your shirt says right there?
take it easy. Think of all the bad food you've eaten in your life.
Yeah, it's not feces.
Yeah,
It's like,
it's not the worst thing.
could I do it?
What's worse, bro? It's not the worst thing. All right, this shit coming out of my ass. What's worse than that?
I think I'd rather eat a. Would you rather eat
Like sometimes you
like when James Corden does those like eat this food challenges?
Yeah, like
like I
sometimes
think dried up dog poop isn't as bad as some of the things on that show.
Sometimes when I slurp an oyster, if I like accidentally chew it, then I start to gag. I can't imagine putting shit in my mouth.
Yeah.
This guy could to see the Mets win.
Yeah, I would. I think I'd do it.
All right, man. I don't know if that's,
you know what?
You want to live on that?
Honestly,
how
do you know?
Just being honest.
How do you know that the universe would not reward you?
Just be honest.
With the Mets win if you ate shit. So I think you should eat shit and
it's
see what happens.
It's a conditional bet. It's
No,
like, would you know?
But how do you know? The universe might say Rich ate shit. The Mets are going to win the fucking World Series this year.
Yeah, sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
Why don't you do it?
If it was a guarantee,
Much
I
like
mean,
when,
you're talking about
when there were
guarantees here.
when people used to sacrifice things to the gods, I think they just lucked out. I don't think it actually did anything. So I think you should sacrifice your mouth for the Mets.
There's people that eat like hobos' assholes. There's so
what?
Yeah.
Why do you have to stoop to their level?
Let's go Mets.
I have a question.
I just can't
I'm done.
believe you.
I
bro.
gotta go. I'm home.
No, I think that's like when, you know how they say, hey, old person, you should probably quit because you're saying stupid things? Like,
I got one for you, Rich.
I think we should end the show because I don't know if Rich understands what he's saying because he has verbal
Rich,
diarrhea.
I got one for you.
Yeah.
If it meant a Mets win, would you drink my lung fluid?
Nope.
That's where he draws the line.
I would not do that.
That's where I draw the line.
I would not do that.
My lung coffee.
I have morals, you know.
I would not. I'd rather eat my dog shit than your lung fluid.
I'm the father of 2, you piece of shit scumbag.
Would you drink my lung tea if it meant the Mets winning the World Series? I'll warm it up for you.
Nah, I don't. Nope. No thanks. No thanks.
But you'd eat Piper's shit.
I told you a dried Piper's poop.
Oh, like fucking.
It's like the ones that are out there now from like 2 days ago. They've been in the heat all day. They're like almost like a dried little.
Oh, so it's cooked.
It's like cooked. Yeah, it's like a petrified.
Put it in the microwave.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Come on. It's better than this home coffee. All right, Human Centipede. Sign me up. Nah, that's gross. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
That's gross.
That's gross.
He has a line, you know.
Come on, guys.
Well,
it's a line.
Enjoy. What's today? By the way, Monday. What's going on tonight?
I'm going to catch up on Stranger Things because there's nothing really on.
Same here. Yeah, I'm a little behind. Ben Kenobi?
Is it good?
Yeah, it's really good, man. Episode 3 was great. Think you should check it out. I don't think there's any... Like, I don't think you need to know any real backstory, Rich,
Sarah and I watched.
It's good, man. It's better than Boba Fett.
We watched a really good recap on YouTube of The Boys because The Boys hasn't had new episodes in almost 2 years. So if you go on YouTube and just type like season 2 recap, it's that dude that's famous for doing recaps, and he does like a pretty good like 10-minute. Here's what happened in season 2, and you're like, all right, now I remember where we are. I believe there's 3 or now 4 episodes of The Boys on Amazon. So The Boys and Stranger Things are the 2 things I'm checking out right now.
Well, enjoy whatever it is you're watching tonight, and we'll be back tomorrow on our Patreon.
All right, cool. We'll see you then. Eat shit. Arrivederci, baby.
And die. Actually, don't die. See you tomorrow.
Oh, jeez.
See you in the promised land.
Bye now.